Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. This is episode number 518, episode number 518 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I'd like to ask everybody listening to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, and we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And once again, folks, I want to underscore, please spread this link around like wildfire. Go to the pothole social media oligarchs that reside in Silicon Valley. Go to their networks. I'm talking about the Twatters. I'm talking about the Facebooks. I'm talking about all these places that spread this link around, baby. You understand? You're going to get nothing, at least in the first hour, but pure capitalism, pure money, baby. What I give away on this first hour, everybody should know by now, is money in the bank, baby. Money in the bank. Everybody should know that by now. And, of course, in the second hour, we cover domestic United States politics. I give you the straight political dope. And then the third hour, of course, we get into some international relations in which we talk about international relations and foreign policy intently. And, of course, at the very end, we have Radio Graffiti, which is all what these damn trolls out here like to listen to my show about. But regardless, folks, I'd like for you all to please spread that around. If you have not done so, please get on Gab. If you have not done so, in my opinion, Gab is the last bastion of free speech out here on the internets. Get yourself an account out there and follow me. That's where I am at. That's my only social media on the internets. All right, follow me on there under the name Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost. Anyway, folks, let me go over what we're going to go through here. Obviously, in the first hour, we're going to talk a little bit about crypto and stocks. In the second hour, we're going to talk about Trump, obviously POTUS, how he's going to try to make a final push, which he has here by getting the Republicans together and telling them that we need a damn tax cut by Christmas. We're going to talk about the Deputy Attorney General at the Department of Justice testifying in front of the House Judiciary Committee today, Rod Rosenstein. I'm not kidding. We're going to talk about his testimony. We're going to talk about supposedly the Mueller investigation is wrapping up its case here in the near future. It's finished with its interviews with people from the White House. So who the hell knows what's going on there, but we all know how corrupt that is, and we're going to discuss all about the corruption and how Mueller's special investigation and elements of the FBI are nothing more than weapons for the Democratic Party is what it looks like. Absolute political weapons of the Democratic Party. We're going to break that down. And, of course, folks, unfortunately, Roy Moore lost the Alabama election for the vacant seat vacated by Jeff Sessions, which is now the Attorney General. He lost to the liberal establishment candidate, Doug Jones, and, we're going to talk about how this is a precedent. Roy Moore's defeat, and what did he lose by, like 0.8, 0.9%? Not even a full percent he lost by. This is an unprecedented deal that shows that the institutions of government are a fraternity. I have always referred to those in D.C. the political class. All right, the political class. It's exactly what they are, and this proves that if you're not, quote, one of them, then you ain't getting into the institutions of government, are you? And that's what this Roy Moore loss represents, and we're going to discuss that intently. I'm also going to talk a little bit about, if we can get all through this in the second hour, I'm not going to let these trolls get to me. We're going to try to snap it up. We're going to talk a little bit about the Me Too movement, this whole sexual abuse phenomena. Every woman is starting to say he did this, he did that, and in my personal opinion, I think it's starting to undermine true women who have been raped, who have been genuinely sexually abused. I think that, all these, with all due respect, buyer's remorse is what I feel most of them are. I think it's all buyer's remorse. When they were nice little, attractive little sex pots, when they were selling their sexualities, because let's be honest, any self-respected woman would not be put in precarious situations in which she was forced, quote unquote, into, oral copulation, fellatio, sexual relations, whatever the case might be. She wouldn't put herself in that position, and if she did, she'd be horrified. She would be like Juanita Broderick when she talks about how Bill Clinton raped her in that hotel in Arkansas. These women now that are coming out with these Me Too, Me This, in my personal view, folks, and we're going to discuss this intently in the second hour, they look like they are in the spotlight, They are in the spotlight up in here. They're loving it. They are loving it up in here. They're smiling about it, in my personal opinion. I just don't see the amount of so-called devastation in these women that are talking about a lot of these Me Too incidents. And look, it undermines women, in my personal opinion, that are genuinely raped, genuinely sexually abused. These women are being overlooked because look at all this that's coming out now. Look at all this that's coming out now. Look at all this. Good God. Anyway, look. Another thing we're going to get into is identity politics, racism, and ignorance in the electorate in today's America, and how we as a people, those of us that have some kind of common sense, need to manipulate the ignorance of this goddamn country into delivering something that is completely against the establishment. And what I mean by that, in my personal view, is that sometimes as capitalists, especially under this current political landscape, we're going to have to play some dirty politricks to get some of these ignorant assholes on both sides of the political spectrum, folks. We know who – look, I'm going to get into who I'm talking about later on. We need to manipulate these people into voting the way we want them to vote. And really, what we want, folks, what do us folks that are rebelling against the establishment really want? Those of us on the Trump train, what do we want? We want the swamp, this fraternity, this political class, to be unelected and kick them the hell out. Get them out. And you see, I think that there could be a strategy in which those of us with common sense can manipulate those ignorant idiots that, unfortunately, I hate to say this, comprise the majority of the American electorate into voting against their incumbents, whether it's on the left or on the right. We need completely new blood in the swamp, and we'll get to that in detail in the second hour. In the third hour, we're going to talk about foreign policy. Secretary of State Tillerson says that the United States is open to talks with North Korea. Later on in the day, the White House says, well, not too fast there, Tiller. All right? The current conditions are not right for North Korean talks, and the White House is also alluding to the fact that it may be preparing for a North Korean collapse. We're going to talk about Turkey. And Erdogan, he's, what did I tell you about Erdogan, folks? All right, what did I tell you about Erdogan? Back in July of 2016, I was on the air. You can go back in the archive, blogtalkradio.com/ghost, and I was broadcasting during that fake coup that Erdogan threw on himself. And we talked about it. I talked about it that Sunday. The coup happened Friday. I had a special broadcast on Sunday discussing the whole fake coup and the whole basis behind it, etc., and how Erdogan was using that to unify, first of all, the Muslim world around him being some kind of a unified leader, and secondly, to identify any opposition within Turkey that could potentially take him down. And he accomplished both of those, and I said that he was doing that with Vladimir Putin basically quarterbacking this thing. And I remember back then people were like, Ghost, they're not friends, remember? Turkey shot down the Russian jets over Syria, so they're not friends, dude. And I said, okay, you morons. 2 weeks later, Erdogan and Putin were hugging and kissing, That's what I'm saying. That's why people listen to this broadcast. Anyway, we're going to talk about Erdogan a little bit. He wants to unify the Muslims behind an anti-Trump declaration. Did you hear the EU has withdrawn from Brexit? The EU has withdrawn from Brexit, folks. We're going to discuss that. I mean, good God. If I were in the UK right now and I were a conservative or a capitalist, I mean, obviously I'm a capitalist, but you'd be surprised, folks. In the UK, most people are goddamn commies. They're just straight, full-blown leftist cuck commies. I mean, Jeremy freaking Corbyn. That's all I got to say. How that man even exists as a political figure that could potentially take the prime ministership if Theresa May proves herself incompetent, even more incompetent than she is, you could legitimately have a commie in Jeremy Corbyn running the whole show out there in the UK. Anyway, and last but not least, while the West, Canada, UK, the EU, when Barack Obama was president, the United States, while the West invites Islamic terrorists to live within their borders, China is deciding that it is going to basically round up and try to collect a database of the DNA of all their Muslim population within their borders. And this, I'm not joking. People are bitching and moaning out here in America about us wanting to not have people come in from certain countries that are prone to terrorist activity, terrorist hotbeds that could potentially put our national security at risk. These people are pissing and moaning about this. Here you got China wanting to collect DNA from Muslims. Not only they want to collect iris scans. So, we're going to talk about that. And if we have enough time, folks, I want to talk about this surgeon in the UK. Now, all you people that are talking about universal health care and, look at the UK, they've got universal health care and everything is so great. Everything is so beautiful, and that's what we need. Oh, yeah? Let me tell you something about UK healthcare. UK surgeon admits to branding his initials on patients' livers. Huh? How you like that? Huh? Yeah, some idiot. I'm not joking. This is for real. For all you people that like goddamn universal health care, UK surgeon admits to branding his initials on patients' livers. How you like that? And last but not least, and maybe we should just get into this now and then prelude right into the cryptocurrency and stock hour here. But it has been circulating around a bunch of different media outlets that Starcucks, boycott Starcucks. Every time I talk about coffee, if y'all listen to the markets. Well, now maybe those of you that are on the internets, because I am a podcast, I am on the internets. So if you're on the internets, this could potentially affect you. Obviously, if you happen to be a Starcuckser, and you've seen them, you've gone by a Starcucks. They're outside. They got their stupid little laptops out. They got their little lattes there. They got their legs crossed, whether men or women, and acting like they're so pompous and bourgeois and like, I'm writing something that is just so important that I'm here at the cafe. I feel like I'm right in the middle of Vienna in 1654. And that's what I am. That's what it is. Starbucks makes me feel. Well, folks, while these morons, this is according to reports, okay? I'm just repeating reports out here. According to reports, Starbucks has been using their Wi-Fi. If you happen to be at a Starbucks and using their Wi-Fi, well, their Wi-Fi, according to reports, is hijacking elements of your hardware on your laptop to mine cryptocurrency. I'm not joking. This is what's being reported. I read it on the BBC. I read it on a variety of different media fronts. This is unbelievable. What did I tell you about Starbucks? What have I told you about Starbucks? Boycott Starbucks. Aside from these assholes, what are they? I mean, obviously, what are these people charging for a coffee cup nowadays? What is it, a 12-bucker now? 10-bucker? While you're sitting there sipping overpriced coffee water, all right, and I don't know, thinking that you're so bourgeois on your goddamn laptop, all right, these people are using your hardware to mine cryptocurrency without you even knowing. And this is according to the BBC. Boycott Starbucks. I'm not joking. If this is true, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. This is being reported here. And once again, folks, I mean, this is supposed to be a leftist company, right? This is supposed to be one of those liberal companies. Remember, the whole reason why I decided to emphasize boycott Starbucks is because once the president came into office, it was Starbucks that decided that it was going to thumb its nose at the president and put out to the public that, oh, you know what? We're going to hire 10,000 refugees at each and every one of our Starbucks because we're with the refugees. Yeah. And ever since then, I've been saying boycott Starbucks. Well, now, in my personal opinion, if this is actually true, and it's in the BBC, but once again, who the hell knows? But if this is true, this is another reason to boycott Starbucks. And you know what? I have to laugh now. I have to laugh in my own mind as I think about all these stupid, pompous idiots that I see at every one of these Starbucks at every goddamn corner in America. I got to laugh at them and think that while they're sitting there trying to appear, I guess, to third-party perspective, that they're so self-righteous and important and hipster, and they're out here sipping a $10 whatever coffee and flapping their useless goddamn sausages and fingers on the keyboard. They are actually having their damn hardware being hijacked so that they can mine Bitcoin for Starbucks. Unfreaking real, man. Unreal. This is out of the BBC. You can look this up for yourself. Anyway, since we're talking about cryptocurrency, we've got that out of the way. Let's go ahead and talk crypto, folks. Hey, folks, what did I tell you all about Litecoin? What did I tell you all about the rise in the altcoin market? What did I tell you, folks? I mean, if you were listening to me, and look, I hate to keep tooting my own goddamn horn, but beep, beep. If you've been listening to me, when I started covering crypto back this year, before I took the break for, trying to dodge the feds amongst a bunch of other, I don't want to get into it, but either way, once I took a break after April and May, I started introducing cryptocurrency as a viable option, as a financial instrument to add to your portfolio. And at the time, folks, I hate to keep reiterating this, when I started covering this, I know I have a bunch of idiot trolls. They were like, it's a scam. I know that there were a lot of you that were listening in. And let me tell you, I just want to remind people that Bitcoin at the time was at about $1,200. Ethereum at the time, which we're no longer covering, it's a commie coin, but if you've been holding it, you've been making lots of money, I'll tell you that. Ethereum was at about $40. All right, Litecoin was at $14, all right, $12 to $14 when I was covering Litecoin back then. Dash was at about $60. Zcash, I think, was the more expensive one. I think it was at about $70. Let's see, Decred. I was covering Decred at that time. I think Decred was at about $10. I mean, I could go on and on, man. I mean, I've been trying to tell folks, and look, I've been trying to plant seeds. The whole reason why I gave out this information is because I'm trying to create capitalists. And to be completely honest with you, I'm glad that the Inner Circle and myself, and look, to be honest with you, I know I talk a lot about, Inner Circle and this and that. Look, we're doing major business right now, and everybody who's a part of the Inner Circle really, they really don't want the people that, like, kind of did not take it serious and that haven't been around all of a sudden want to come back. They don't want those people back, and that's pretty, I just don't know what to say about that. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them because, to be honest, I mean, most of the people in the Inner Circle at least have $20,000 in cryptocurrency minimum. I mean, there are guys that got $100,000, $1 million in their cryptocurrency accounts in the Inner Circle, and they don't want people that are just Johnny-come-lately over here that haven't been around for the past year, that haven't conducted themselves in any capacity, and I don't blame them. So I don't know what's going to happen with the Inner Circle members that decided that, I don't know, whatever. They just didn't want to be active, whatever. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. But as far as new ones are concerned, the Inner Circle wants me to put a humongous paywall, all right?
From the kids' table to the office party table, the game day table to the ugly Christmas sweater party table, Smart & Final has everything you need to make your table special. Party supplies, everyday groceries, more club sizes than club stores, with prices up to 25% lower than supermarkets. And make your holidays easier. Order at smartandfinal.com and your first delivery is free. Right now, Cattleman's finest bone-in beef ribeye steak, just $4.99 a pound. Limit 3 packs, only at Smart & Final.
All right, they want to be this humongous-ass paywall so that we can prevent any kind – because, look, we all know I have a bunch of trolls and a bunch of, I hate to say it, autist, Asperger, disconnected, socially warped individuals that listen to this broadcast for a lot of different reasons. And, the Inner Circle, which, we're business guys. I'm not joking around. We're on the brink of getting a building, man, and legitimately centralizing our operation and becoming a goddamn firm to some capacity. I mean, I don't want to get into what we're doing in the future, but we're talking opening businesses in parts of the world where we have Inner Circle members, where we can just take the capital that we've generated through crypto, fund operations, brick mortar operations. Well, I'm not joking, man. We're moving. We're making money move, baby. You understand? We're all about our cake. We're all about our cake. We're trying to marry Betty Crocker out here. Do you understand? So anyway, I don't know what's going to happen with that regardless, okay? With that being said, I don't want to talk about that anymore. I do want to say that I advised the Inner Circle this morning, and look, I woke up very early because money never sleeps. Money never sleeps. I woke up at about 5 o'clock this morning. Actually, at 4:30 this morning, I was in the Inner Circle chat room at about 5 o'clock. And whenever I'm there, I try to, put an alert out that I'm in the chat room. And we were having some crypto discussions. Everybody was riding high on all the damn altcoin surge. It's been a huge altcoin surge. I mean, and I just hate to say I told you so. And then I told the Inner Circle by the time I start broadcasting, we're going to start seeing a contraction in the market. And, folks, if you take a look at the market right now, you're starting to see a slight contraction in the market. You're starting to see a little red, and where you're seeing green, you're seeing massive markups in percentage gains, and that's because people are moving their money. People are moving their crypto. And beware of some of these moves. There's a lot of pumps going on because individuals have a lot of cryptocurrency because of the rise of the altcoins from the last contraction we had a few days ago. Yesterday and the day before yesterday were great for gains in altcoins. But as I told the Inner Circle, and once I told the Inner Circle this in the morning, we started moving. We started making our crypto moves. We started doing our Thea thing, and now we're prepared for the next contraction. And let me tell you, I would advise everybody to make a move here within the next 5 to 6 hours so that you can keep the liquidity that you got from the gains that we had for the past 2 days and put it in a coin that isn't going to drop 15, 20, 30%, because you know that every time we have contractions in the market, and remember, these contractions come often now. They come often because, as I've stated, this is a very reactionary market. So once they see some red, these people are like, oh, my God, it's red. I got to move it. I got to do this. So you have a very reactionary market. So what you want to do is you want to take the liquidity that you've made in the past 2 days and move it somewhere. So when the contraction happens and you start seeing across the board, 15, 20, 30, 40% decreases in percentage, then you want to be holding something that isn't going to move and could potentially go higher because everybody's trying to hedge against the last contraction. Now, once again, I am the spokesperson for 42 Coin, and this is what we do as the Inner Circle, and many other investors in the crypto market are starting to do as well. And if you take a look at 42 Coin in the past several months, and you take a look at the charts of other cryptocurrencies throughout the past several months, you'll see that during contractions, 42 Coin not only maintains the value, but it actually goes up no matter how hard the contraction is. And that's the kind of coin you want to hold when these contractions happen because, man, you don't want to lose what you made for the past couple of days. You want to be able to be put in something, even if it's on the short term, put it in there so that you can hold while everything's contracting. And then once you feel there's a bottom, you start pulling out of 42 and go right back in when everything's bottoming out. I mean, folks, that's basically a strategy. It's one of many strategies that the Inner Circle and myself do. And let me tell you, the Inner Circle and myself are pure geniuses when it comes to this cryptocurrency market. I hate to toot my own horn, but literally, baby, we are a force to be reckoned with in this cryptocurrency game. And I'm just saying, I don't mean to toot my own horn. I'm just saying. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get to Bitcoin. I've been babbling here. Let's go ahead and get to Bitcoin. Now, we are seeing contractions in Bitcoin. Why? Because that's what I said a couple of days ago when we saw the Bitcoin increase at the beginning of the week when they started selling Bitcoin futures on the CME exchange, that you were going to see this bump, which we did, and when the contraction happens on Bitcoin, all the profits that are made on Bitcoin are going to go right into the altcoin market. That's exactly what happened, all right? And that's continuing to happen to this day. So let's go ahead and get to Bitcoin, symbol BTC. The current market cap for Bitcoin is $275 million market cap, all right? The current circulating supply for Bitcoin is 16.7 million Bitcoin in circulation. Sorry about that. In the past 24 hours, Bitcoin has gone down 5.77% decrease in a 24-hour period. Now, lest we forget, Bitcoin hit as high as 19,000, 20,000 in some of the Asian exchanges. The current price for Bitcoin, symbol BTC, current price $16,474.70 per Bitcoin. Now, I know that we've been seeing a lot of hype about Bitcoin, and rightfully so. I mean, even at these prices, it's pretty unbelievable that a single Bitcoin is at $16,474.70. And as I stated to everybody, this is not a long-term investment. If you are going to profit off Bitcoin, you need to profit off of the gains that are going to happen here in the short term. I don't think Bitcoin is going to last for the next year. You've got a lot of other alternative coins out here that have a lot of flexibility, smart contract capability, that are faster in transaction speed, that are more anonymous. I mean, there's a whole bunch of components. We've discussed this in the past. I mean, Bitcoin, all Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. That's all it is. And what you're trying to look for as an investor right now in the cryptocurrency markets, you're trying to look for the next Bitcoin. And what you want to look for is not just a cryptocurrency. That's it. There's nothing else to it. You want a cryptocurrency that is integrated to other blockchain technologies that are created by the team that created the cryptocurrency in general. Now, I hate to keep bringing up Funfair, but it's the easiest example for people to understand what I'm discussing when I say that you want to look for coins to this capacity. Now, Funfair, FUN, let's go ahead and cover that one. That one gained majorly, folks. Remember, I covered that. It gained majorly. I think this is one that could go up to about 10 cents, maybe 12 cents at best. This is a penny cryptocurrency, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because the reason this one looks good, at least for the first year to 2 years in its development, because aside from the cryptocurrency component that Funfair is, it's integrated to the smart contract-based technology around online gaming. So what it means is that Funfair cryptocurrency will be exclusively accepted in the online gaming community, or in a smart contract-based online gaming community. Now, for you folks that don't understand what smart contract technology is, let me explain this very, very simplistically so you can understand it, because I want to be honest with you, a lot of this is very, very technical, and I was watching Bloomberg this morning, and I saw these old financial guys, these old Goldman Sachs guys, these old banksters, and they're like bringing in somebody to try to explain to them the cryptocurrency and Bitcoin phenomena. And here you got this Goldman Sachs guy like, hey, can you explain to me what exactly the value of Bitcoin is? I mean, when we have these guys that create coins and the Winklevoss twins, whenever we have them on, they're talking about blockchain this and blockchain that. I don't understand all that. I just want to know what the value is. And you see, that right there proves that if you are partaking in the cryptocurrency markets at this point in time, you are even ahead of Wall Street, man. That's what makes, and let me tell you, I want to be honest, that's what me and my inner circle understand. We're very self-aware of that. We understand that we're ahead of Wall Street on this, and because there's more actual gains to be made in cryptocurrency, it makes us, and you too that are listening, that are partaking into the cryptocurrency trading, long-term investing, etc., it makes you ahead of the Wall Street game. Now back to smart contracts. Smart contracts is an autonomous contract that can bring two parties together, and it brings two parties together. Let's use the Uber model. Right now, if you want to call for an Uber, you've got to call Uber, which is a centralized middleman, so that it could contact one of its subcontractors, which can take you from point A to point B. Now, you could do the same kind of the same type of negotiated contract, because that's a contract. When you want somebody to take you to point A to point B, you're indirectly kind of negotiating and agreeing in a non-written verbal contract to take you to point A to point B. And when you do so, you're supposed to pay him. Now, that's why Uber is around, because they're supposed to centralize the rider with the person that is doing the driving, and they're supposed to facilitate the transaction so that both parties get paid, or one party gets paid, the other party gets the services rendered, etc. Now, what smart contract technology does, it eliminates the Uber middleman, and it allows the parties independently outside of a middleman to come to a virtual contract that is arbitrarily going to hold the cryptocurrency that is being exchanged for goods and services until both sides agree that services were rendered, and then the cryptocurrency is then issued to the person that was intended to receive it in the initial commerce, in the initial transaction. So, in essence, the smart contract eliminates third parties from allowing a service or a product to be purchased by somebody that is purchasing it through cryptocurrency. Now, the current cryptocurrencies that have smart contract technology right now are just a few. It's Ethereum, and that's why Ethereum is so sought after. That's why Ethereum, everybody talks about it. Everybody thinks it's number 2, et cetera, et cetera. Ethereum does have a smart contract technology component to its cryptocurrency. The only problem is I have yet to see an actual smart contract transaction fulfill itself outside of this stupid kitty crap. Have you heard of this crap? I mean, they've made one smart contract in Ethereum to buy a bunch of stupid animated cats or some crap. It's stupid. And you see, that's what has me skeptical about Ethereum. Okay? But I'm digressing here, okay? That's why, let's go back to Funfair. I know I'm going all over the place. Let's go back to Funfair here. Funfair is going to utilize smart contract technology to eliminate the middleman of the casino. And there's a lot of money right now in online gaming. A lot of money in online gaming. A lot of money. And it's the proof is in how these Indians who run most of these online casinos in reservations in Canada and in Costa Rica and all these places. There's some in Europe, etc. This is going to eliminate those people. This is going to have a smart contract technology that is going to eliminate the house, and the smart contract is going to arbitrarily come up with random winners, etc. All right, so with that being said, let me just continue on about Funfair. That's why I like Funfair as a potential long-term investment, because Funfair is not only creating the cryptocurrency component of the transaction or good or service, but it's going to integrate it with a smart contract casino application that is going to exclusively use Funfair. So in the long term, when people want to online game and don't want the house, because let's be honest, the house is going to always have the advantage, especially when it comes to online gaming. I mean, these people are programming the damn games, for Christ's sake. With Funfair and smart contract-based casino gaming or online gaming, it eliminates that middleman, and it all is pretty much up to chance. So that's what makes this online gaming component very attractive to those online gamblers, because they'll realize that they're not going to have a middleman casino and hope that they're not nefarious, which in my opinion, most of them, if they're not nefarious, they have a reason to be nefarious. But when you have a smart contract technology in this capacity and a good programmer that understands how to program a chance-based game, there is no incentive for a third-party house or a third-party online casino to cheat out or potentially juice or manipulate their customers. So anyway, I didn't mean to get all off on this tirade about Funfair, but that's the kind of coins. I'm not just specifically talking about Funfair, but Funfair is the easiest example of what I'm speaking of. You want to be able to look for coins that are not just coins. You want them to hopefully, and you have to do your research. You definitely have to do your research on these coins. You want coins that are not only cryptocurrency, but you want them integrated into applications that are exclusively going to use their cryptocurrency. So anyway, since we're at Funfair, let's talk about it. It's $175 million market capitalization for Funfair. The symbol on it is FUN. The current circulating supply, the current circulating supply for Funfair is 4.2 billion in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Funfair has gone up 13.16% increase in a 24-hour period Folks, when I was telling people to entertain this play, it was at 2 cents. Right now, it's at 4 cents. And if you want my opinion, folks, I think this could go as high as 10, 12 cents, possibly more. I mean, if you take a look at IOTA, and let me go ahead and cover IOTA since I've been gabbing about IOTA for Christ's sake. Now, folks, what have I told you about IOTA? What have I told you about IOTA? And that is symbol MIOTA. I don't like this investment. There has been a lot of pump behind it. And the whole pump and the whole increase behind IOTA is based upon this so-called partnership with Microsoft. Now, there was a story that I gabbed out, yesterday, in which, and it's off of the Next Web. You can go on my Gab right now and go scroll down and find it. It's by Next Web, thenextweb.com, and it says, IOTA admits it has no formal partnership with Microsoft. And you see, when I saw that, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. The whole pump, the whole reason why we saw increases in IOTA was based upon this so-called agreement, this partnership with Microsoft. And then I got a screenshot from somebody who I guess claims to be a IOTA, part of the IOTA team. This screenshot says that this is an absolute fabrication by the author at the Next Web, and IOTA's Foundation's legal team, quote unquote, is on this. We have never lied about a single thing and thus have nothing to admit. We got all the evidence of approval from Microsoft as well. Now, when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, that's very legalese language. I heard no word about partnership in there. I heard no word about any kind of anything. So, folks, when you do the research even more, okay, you find out that squawker.org, all right, exposed IOTA for falsifying a partnership with Cisco, all right? Squawker contacted Cisco, and they said that no partnership exists. And then IOTA proceeded to attack Squawker over the article instead of apologizing to their coin holders, not their coin holders, excuse me. This must be a trend for them. This was a pro member on Gab that gabbed this to me, Tyler Larson, somebody who obviously knows a little bit something about cryptocurrency. And, folks, what I found is there is no formal agreement with IOTA and Microsoft. And what it is that Microsoft agreed to participate in a digital marketplace in which IOTA is going to be a cryptocurrency amongst other cryptocurrencies exchanged within this marketplace. And this is my opinion, folks, because IOTA is not being very, very clear about what the hell they're doing. I mean, you understand what they're doing here? I mean, there is no formal agreement from what I can gather between Microsoft and IOTA. I mean, IOTA is a cryptocurrency that is that can be spent within a digital marketplace that Microsoft has agreed to enter. That's the only connection that IOTA has with Microsoft. I mean, there is no formal agreement. So, once again, this is an unfortunate byproduct of an unregulated industry is that you have people pulling this crap, and you don't know who to believe. So that's why you got to stay here. You got to listen to True Capitalist Radio, First Financial Hour, and you'll know these things. And if you take a look at IOTA, it's starting to tank now because people are starting to smell the crap on the wall. Anyway, IOTA, symbol MIOTA, current market capitalization is $11.3 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply for IOTA is 2.7 billion in circulation. Can you believe that? 2.7 billion in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 11%. 11%. Current price for IOTA, $4.09 per IOTA. I mean, that is just not sustainable. That makes no goddamn sense, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, $4.09 per IOTA. There's 2.7 billion IOTA circulating. I mean, what kind of crap is that? That doesn't even make any sense. The only way that this makes sense is if supposedly there's a formal agreement between IOTA and Microsoft, and there's not one that I can find. Not one. So if IOTA would like to clarify itself and put out the actual formal agreement in which Microsoft said, hey, you are our official partner for cryptocurrency, whatever. But from what I've gathered, folks, I can't find it. So I challenge the IOTA people, if they've got it, please produce it, because this looks like a bunch of crap, in my opinion, all right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's continue going here. I have to cover Ethereum since we're talking about smart contract technology and all this other nonsense. I do want to remind everybody that the creators of this coin are a bunch of commies. They're weirdos. Vitalik, the guy who is one of the developers of this thing, was trying to have some kind of Twitter debate about child pornography and how it's okay to have it on your laptop because it's your laptop or something. I don't know, man. But another developer of Indian descent was saying that they were commies, they're proud communists, and we can't have that, all right? Now, before I get to Ethereum and the price and how it mooned here in the past couple of days, I do want to caution people that, first of all, this is a very highly circulated cryptocurrency. There is a lot in circulation of Ethereum. And secondly, there is no end to Ethereum. I mean, if you take a look at what the end goal of the circulating supply is going to be, there is no end. There is no end. I mean, if you take a look at the circulating supply of Bitcoin, the maximum supply of Bitcoin that will ever be mined is 21 million. 21 million is the end goal. It is the last of Bitcoin that will be mined. Ethereum, it's going to continue to be mined for as long as Vitalik and the Ethereum group want it to be. And that's why I don't like this coin at this point, because there is no end to this. And these people can continue to produce coins until the cows come home. And that's why I'm saying the Ethereum people are trying to make themselves the freaking digital Federal Reserve, and I don't like it for the long term. These guys are pieces of trash. But with that being said, they were the first one to bring in the smart contract technology blockchain, and there's other people that are doing it now. Quantum is also doing it. They're also their own token as well, but we'll get to them in a minute. But Ethereum, let's go ahead and get to Ethereum. $69 billion market capitalization for Ethereum. The current circulating supply, get this, for Ethereum, symbol ETH, current circulating supply, 96 million in circulation. 96 million in circulation. Now, folks, the past couple of days, Ethereum has taken the hell off. Has taken off completely. In the past 24 hours, it's gone up 12.76%. I mean, the day before, it even took off even more than that. Folks, the current price for Ethereum, symbol ETH, and lest we forget, this past April, this past May, I was telling people to start acquiring this. Remember, I was trying to sell mining contracts and telling people to go and buy mining contracts on this broadcast in April and May of this year, specifically for Ethereum, because it was the cheaper cryptocurrency at the time compared to Bitcoin, which at the time was $1,200. Ethereum, back in April and May of this year, was at $40, man, $40 to $45. And if you would have listened to yours truly and mined Ethereum, you would be in the goddamn money. And you want to know why? Because I'm mining goddamn Ethereum on Genesis-mining.com, all right? And look, if you take a look at Genesis-mining.com, they only got Monero left for mining, which doesn't look that bad considering the gains on it. But that's what I told you, man. I mean, you all missed a humongous opportunity. All you people that were listening in April and May and that were just trolling and tickling your asses and not do it, y'all missed a humongous opportunity. And by the way, if you're going to get the last of the Monero contracts at genesis-mining.com, make sure to get the discount, man. I got the discount code right here, WEA296. That's WEA296. But if you would have listened to me back then, you'd be in the money, man. You'd be in the goddamn money right now. And everybody, and let me tell you, the majority of the inner circle have mining contracts. They're all of the money on that. As a matter of fact, they even bought more mining contracts. So while we're trading and doing our SIA thing, like we've been discussing here, we're getting liquidity on these massive gains. We're also got mining as a hedge. And at the same time, folks, we also play this one exchange, which allows you to use Bitcoin and Dash. I specifically use Dash because, I mean, I've made a lot of money in Dash on this particular exchange. You can use crypto, Bitcoin and Dash, to be able to short and pattern trade cryptocurrencies. You know what I'm saying? Cryptocurrencies. I'm not joking around. I mean, we've been literally riding the waves of these massive gains on all these cryptocurrencies, not just by buying them, but by utilizing Dash to place short and pattern trading plays on them, for Christ's sake. I mean, if you have not went to this particular exchange, please do so. All right, here it is right here. Take a look at my Gab right now, Whale Club. Take a look at it. All right, if you click that link right there, they'll give you an extra 40% on whatever the hell you deposit. All right, but what you want to do is you want to take advantage of these market swings. Let me tell you a couple of plays that I did on this particular Whale Club. Now, you can go back in Gab where I put out the Gab post that Charlie Lee was about to be put on CNBC Squawk Alley. And at the time, Litecoin was at about 163. Then Charlie Lee got on CNBC, got on Squawk Alley, and mentioned Litecoin. Now, once again, folks, I put out the word prior to Charlie Lee going on there on the Gab for people to make their moves. Aside from us, the Inner Circle, we made a move a couple of days ago. We knew... We heard about the Lightning Network, atomic swaps, all this stuff. So we made moves days ago. I gave you the heads up before Charlie Lee was on CNBC. If you would have done that, and this is what we did. We decided to buy Litecoin on the short term on Whale Club. And every percentage point it went up on Whale Club, it was more and more Dash in my pocket. Do you understand? Litecoin went up from 163. It's over $300 now. All right, and then boom, you get yourself a goddamn almost a whole Dash on holding and seeing that son of a bitch go up. I'm just saying, folks, I'm trying to give people as much opportunity as possible for them to trade, for them to take their crypto and make more liquidity, things of that capacity, man. Anyway, let me move on. Ethereum right now. I know I'm going off keister, folks, but I'm trying to let people know that there could be genuine wealth. There is genuine wealth being generated in the cryptocurrency market, and it's not too late, folks. It's not. I've been telling you it's not too late. Anyway, Ethereum has been up 12.76%. Current price for Ethereum $726.03 per Ethereum. Folks, this past April it was $45. Folks, I'm telling you, the Inner Circle, I'm just saying, I like the Inner Circle, man. We worked hard this year to get what we have, man. We worked our asses off. Anyway, speaking of Inner Circle, Litecoin. Let's get to Litecoin, symbol LTC. The current market capitalization for Litecoin is $16.7 billion market capitalization. All right? Now, the reason this damn thing has mooned to the sky is because I knew it was right after Charlie Lee was on CNBC. And if he mentioned Litecoin, folks, CNBC is on every goddamn investment firm's damn television all over the world. All right? And if Charlie Lee's on there, Charlie Lee's the guy who created Litecoin. If he's on there giving us analysis on cryptocurrency and then drops the name of Litecoin, you know that you're going to have investors going there because it's cheap. It's cheap. Anyway, folks, Litecoin, in the past 24 hours, we have seen it contract a little bit, 3.43%, but that's after a humongous moon. Because as I stated, prior to Charlie Lee going on CNBC, I gabbed, folks. That's why you need to follow my gab. That's why you need to follow my gab. You can get to Gab by typing in your browser gab.io, or excuse me, .ai. Excuse me, Jesus Christ, I'm off keister here. gab.ai, and follow me on that under the name Politics Ghost, because it can make you money at any time. I mean, just follow me, baby. All right, I am not going on Twitter. Remember, I got banned for life from Twitter for inventing the term pause hole. That's POZ-hole. All right? And if you don't know what it is, Google it, because I think, I invented it. Anyway, with that being said, the current circulating supply for Litecoin is 54 million in circulation. The current price for Litecoin, symbol LTC, current price, $308.55. Woo! Making money, baby. That's what I do. And let's get to Dash, folks. What have I told you about Dash? What have I told you all about Dash? That symbol DASH. All right, current market capitalization for Dash is $6.8 billion market cap. And the reason I like this one is, aside from it being a very fast transaction time, the circulating supply, once again, is very low on Dash. Circulating supply is 7.7 million in circulation. Now, we saw a tremendous moon on this one yesterday on Dash, baby. I told you that this was going to be $1,000 a coin. Didn't I say that, boy? Anyway, it has contracted a slight bit. It is down 0.56%. Current price for Dash, symbol DASH, current price, $889.38 per Dash, baby. Woo! Oh, man, I looked at my bank account and it said, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. I'm telling you, baby, I love being a capitalist. And for all you people that were part of the inner circle and decided to be a bunch of troll idiots and a bunch of, I don't know what the hell, whatever you wanted to do, a bunch of disingenuous jerks, a bunch of tards, whatever, you lost out on an opportunity that could have made you get out of mommy's basement. But instead, keep hiding under mommy's skirt, boy. Keep hiding under mommy's skirt and keep watching cartoons. Woo! Anyway, let's get to Monero, all right? All right, let's get to Monero, and the only reason I cover this is because this damn thing is moving and moving hard. Symbol XMR. XMR is the symbol. Current market capitalization for Monero is $4.8 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply for Monero is 15.4 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Monero has gone up 2.69%. The current price for Monero, symbol XMR, $315.63 per Monero. Remember, when I came back in episode 501, the whole reason why I'm covering this is because it moves. It was at $90. $90 at episode 501. Folks, it is episode number 518. All right, I'm just saying. $315.63 for Monero. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Let's get to EOS. I've been covering EOS, and I hope that some of you people have been trying to entertain it, because this damn thing keeps going up and up and up, and I don't know when it's going to stop. I got a piece of this at about $2 and change. I haven't let it go, and all I got to say is cha-ching! Symbol EOS. Current market capitalization, $4 billion. All right. Current circulating supply is 536 million in circulation in the past 24 hours, baby. EOS has gone up 40.76% increase In a 24-hour period, the current price for EOS, $7.54 per EOS, baby. I'm just saying. Now let's go to Quantum, one of my favorites. I've actually got a pretty good investment in Quantum. Now, I've been trying to tell folks that this is a long-term play. In my personal view, I think this is going to be the Bitcoin of Asia, and these are the kind of plays that you want. If you look at the Quantum team and the direction they're headed, they're way ahead of the future on cryptocurrency, in my personal view, than most people that are in the cryptocurrency game right now. And not to mention, I think they've got the heads up on the Chinese market, which, I mean, I can go on and on. Do your own research. Symbol QTUM. Symbol QTUM. Current market cap for Quantum is $1.2 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply is 73 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Quantum, symbol QTUM, has gone up 12.64%. Current price for Quantum, symbol QTUM, $17.42 per Quantum. Now, if you remember the last show, this damn thing was down to $12, remember? Y'all remember that? I'm just saying!
This holiday, switch to Cricket Wireless and get a free LG Fortune with no annual contract.
Switch to Cricket. To get a free smartphone. It's free. Free smartphone, really free.
Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
Requires number ported and service activation minimum $30 per month. First month service charge and in-store activation fee up to $25 due at sale. Tax and restrictions apply. One-time fees may apply. See store for details.
Anyway, we are now in the second hour of the True Capitalist radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started on anything else, I'd like to remind everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not done so, please get on Gab. All right, and follow me on Gab. You can get to Gab, type it in your browser, gab.ai, and you can follow me on there under the name Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost. Anyway, let me get through this damn crypto coverage. I know I've talked a lot about crypto, but, hey, this is serious money. I've got a lot of people listening that are like, hey, Ghost, you know, I know it's about the money. Here comes the money. So they want to hear this, and we'll get to Gab shout-outs when we get to Gab shout-outs. All right there, trolls? All right, this is about money, all right? Anyway, let's get to Zcash. What have I told you about Zcash? And if you were lucky to get yourself a mining contract while they were selling them when it comes to Zcash, props to you because I think you were ahead of the game. Let's go ahead and get to Zcash. Current market cap is $1.2 billion market cap for Zcash, excuse me. The current circulating supply, very low supply, 2.8 million in circulation only. In the past 24 hours, Zcash has gone up 14.71% increase in a 24-hour period. Folks, the current price for Zcash, symbol ZEC, current price, $437.04. I mean, come on, baby. Come on, man. I'm trying to tell you, baby. I'm trying to plant seeds. I'm trying to create capitalists out here. I mean, I can only lead a horse to water. That's all I can do, baby. I can only lead a horse to water. Now, let's go ahead and cover a couple of other ones before I have to get to the stock market because I know everybody wants to cover what the hell's going on with the stock market here. I do want to remind everybody that I had put a buyout for Genosis. That is symbol GNO. I put a buyout probably about 2.5, 3 weeks ago on this one because the bottom on this, in my opinion, was the bottom. It was at about $59 a cryptocurrency. That's symbol GNO. And the reason I suggested this is because it's had an all-time high at about 384, believe it or not, 384. And the reason is because this is a very low circulated coin. And not only is it a low circulated coin, it's already all pre-mined, which is very, very interesting. So I suggested that everybody, if they wanted to get some bucks, entertain GNO at about $59. I called the low on this one, and it has gone up and up and up, baby. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at it. Current market cap, $163 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply is 1.1 million in circulation. That's it, 1.1 million in circulation. The past 24 hours, it has gone up 3.13% increase for GNO. The current price for Genosis GNO, $148.30. What did I tell you, man? I'm just saying. Let me take a couple of more of these, and then we got to get to. I want to cover cryptocurrencies that are going to make people some cake. All right, and that's why anything that I cover is legit coins. It's not none of these meme coins and all these other BS garbage. These are legit. Let me go ahead and get to SALT. We've covered SALT many times. That's symbol SALT. Current market capitalization is $393 million for SALT. All right, that's $393 million. Current circulating supply for SALT is 51 million in circulation. Now, in the past 24 hours, it's only gone up modestly, 1.72%, but I still see some breathing room for SALT. And remember when I told people to entertain SALT, it was at about $2.80. Current price for SALT, symbol SALT, $7.72 per SALT cryptocurrency. Oh, man, I'm telling you. I'm just saying. Anyway, let me end this by covering yours truly. I am the spokesperson of 42 Coin. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, folks, what have I told you about 42 Coin, symbol 42? That there's three reasons to invest in this coin. The first one, obviously, is to hedge against any kind of downturns in the market. And you can correlate the charts, and you'll see that whenever there's a downturn in any of the other altcoins or in Bitcoin and everybody's leaving, 42 Coin not only does it remain, but it also gains during downturns. Secondly, it's just a plain old long-term investment. It's something that where you want to take your liquidity, where if you're a pattern or swing trader or you're making moves in crypto and you're gaining on these massive gains, you want to take that liquidity and save it. You put it in a coin like 42 Coin. Why? There's only 42 coins mined. It's already all mined. There's only 42 coins. There's no more. And that's why when you have a scarcity of a circulation like 42 Coin, and you have long-term investment in that coin, and you have people coming in during hedges, you're going to see an increase in the coin to the point where I think we could potentially see this in the millions by 2018 summer. In the millions. I'm not joking. Per coin. I'm talking per coin here. And the reason is because first and foremost, that's what we're doing in the inner circle. And all these massive gains that we're getting and these plays that we're calling, these plays that we're creating, we're taking the liquidity that we make on these plays and we're putting it right back into 42. The third reason to invest in it, folks, is a day trading opportunity. All right, I mean, take a look at the volume on this thing. It is a perfect day trading opportunity. The swings on the swings on 42 Coin are in the thousands. So if you can catch one of those goddamn low swings and it goes up $3,000 or $4,000, you're making money. You understand? You're making money. And I'm just saying, you don't have to buy a whole coin, by the way, folks. You can buy fractions of a coin. That's why you need to go on an exchange to go, if you want to purchase this, it's very, very easy to do so. Let me go ahead and post where you can purchase 42 coin. If you happen to be interested, let me go ahead and put it on my Gab. Check out my Gab. Look at my Gab. That's where you can go ahead and take a look at 42 coin right there. Booyah. And I'm just saying, it's a long-term investment, a hedge against the potential downturns, and it's a day trading play. So I hope that you folks entertain this, because I'm telling you, I mean, everything that I've ever said has been money. All right? Everything that I've ever said has been money. I'm just saying, baby. All right? Now let's get to 42 coin. All right? Symbol 42. Current market capitalization is $1.8 million market capitalization. And, of course, the circulating supply is only 42 coins. All right? Now, the volume is going up and up on this particular coin, so you know that there's day trading room here. The current price right now, it's gone up and down from 55 to 50 to 45 to 44 to 60. Lots of day trading play here, but the current price is $44 and $44,000. All right, it's about $44,456.30. $44,456.30 per 42 coin. Now, the reason everybody's kind of pulling back off of 42 is because they're taking their gains that they got in 42 and they're spreading it out in all these altcoins out here, baby. Do you understand how this game is working now? I mean, everybody's chasing the money. Everybody's chasing the money, baby. Everybody's chasing that money, and they want to preserve their money. They want to preserve their money. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to stocks, folks. Now, today we did have a Federal Reserve interest rate hike, and thank God yours truly was talking about that we needed something very small, like a 0.25% increase, so that doesn't shock the markets, and that's exactly, thank God to Janet Yellen, you didn't, go out like a scorned woman because Donald Trump didn't leave you as the Federal Reserve chair. She decided, well, we're just going to go ahead, 0.25. But there are 3 interest rate hikes ready for 2018. So be prepared for those interest rate hikes in 2018, folks. But even with the 0.25% interest rate hike by the Federal Reserve today, it did not rock the markets. It was valued in the markets. Probably not in the S&P. We saw a slight pullback in the S&P at the end of the day. But let's go ahead and talk about stocks. Dow Jones Industrial up again. And what have I been telling you about the Dow, folks? What have I been telling you? I am bullish on the Dow for the next 4 quarters, baby. I mean the whole 2018 year. Now, of course, if these people that are in goddamn Congress decide that they are not going to make these tax cuts instantaneous for the year 2018, and they're going to wait until 2019 to enact these tax cuts, that could pose a problem. But according to every one of the congressmen out here and what I've gathered, that everybody's in agreement that these tax cuts must be implemented in year 2018. And if that's the case, you know as well as I that everybody in the Dow Jones Industrials is going to have a great year. They're going to post good earnings because their taxes are going to be a hell of a lot lower. They're going to bring in the $4 trillion they have offshore and bring it in their books to show even more good earnings. There is a lot of potential. That's why I am bullish on the Dow Jones Industrial. That's why I'm saying, folks, you can literally throw a dart on a wall full of these damn Dow Jones Industrial stocks and invest in it, and you're going to be okay here for the next year. Now, once again, for those of you folks that don't have lots of cash but still want to partake in this in some capacity, I hate to keep reiterating this, but I want to bear this. You have to repeat things so people can get it in today's America. And I'm talking about value investing, in which you take $200, $300 a month, whatever you allocate to savings, you put that in a stock that is a blue chip stock, which is pretty much anything on the Dow Jones Industrial, and you want to make sure it pays you a dividend. You want to make sure it pays you a dividend, a high yield dividend. And what does that mean? That means, once again, not only do you buy the stock and hold it and hope that the stock value goes up, but you're actually getting paid every quarter for every stock you own of that high-yield dividend stock. That's why high-yield dividend stocks are very sought after by folks that have lots of capital, that want to move that capital into high-yield dividend stocks so that every quarter they have an income coming in from their stocks. So that would be my advice to those of you folks that don't really understand all this stock stuff. It's very easy. You need to take control of your own financial destiny. Because if you leave it up to some idiot out there in one of these financial firms out here, they ain't gonna care about you. They're gonna give you the most blandest, disgusting, pathetic goddamn portfolio that's gonna put more money in their pocket than in your pocket. I think that you need to, be in charge of your own investments. Anyway, Dow Jones Industrial is up 80.63 points, a percentage increase of 0.33%, closing out the Dow Jones Industrial at 24,585.43 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. What did I say? Up and up and up. We've got S&P 500. It was down slightly there at the end of the day. It was down slightly, 1.26 points, a percentage decrease of 0.05%, closing out the S&P at 2,662.85 points for the S&P 500. Let's get to the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ was up 13.48 points, a percentage increase of 0.20%, closing out the NASDAQ at 6,875.80 points for the NASDAQ Composite. All right, I mean, it's looking good. The reason the stocks are looking good is because of the Make America Great Again economic policy. I'm just saying. I'm telling you, when I said that Donald Trump took control of the White House, that it was a capitalist revolution, I don't know how much more goddamn evidence you need. Now let's get to commodities, folks. Energy, WTI sweet crude is up 22 cents, a percentage increase of 0.39%. Closing out WTI at $56.82 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. It's been very, very bullish. Let me take that back. It has been very volatile, in the markets on oil. I've been pattern trading these things, not in a futures capacity. I've actually been on Whale Club, pattern and swing trading, crude and Brent, for the past couple of days. Very volatile, something to get into. FYI, I'm just saying. Let's get to Brent crude. Brent crude is up 36 cents, a percentage increase of 0.58%, closing out Brent crude at $62.80 per barrel of Brent crude. Gasoline is up 0.47%. Natural gas is up 0.04%. And heating oil, what if I keep telling you about heating oil? It is up 0.37%. Let's get to the metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals! Gold is up $12.50, a percentage increase of 1%, closing out gold at $1,261.10 per troy ounce of gold. We got silver up 27 cents, a percentage increase of 1.71%, closing out silver at $16.14. And I personally believe that the reason that we're seeing this run on silver and commodities is because the Federal Reserve didn't raise interest rates as high as most of these bears would like to see. And I want to be honest, I think that we should have raised these interest rates a long time ago, but unfortunately we can't do that right now, right in the middle of an economic transition from borderline socialist Obama commie America to the Make America Great Again economic policy. And right now, in my opinion, would not be the time to increase interest rates, as much as some of these bears would like. Anyway, copper is up 0.15%. Platinum is up 0.25%. Let's get to agriculture. All right, let's go to corn. It is unchanged today. Wheat is up 0.36%. Oats is up 0.20. It's down. Oats is down 0.20%. Rough rice is up 0.34%. Soybean oil is down 0.03%. Canola is down 0.32%. Let's go ahead and get to the soft, shall we? Cocoa is up, I guess, because it's the holidays. And by the way, isn't it Hanukkah? Happy second day of Hanukkah To all the guys out there from my Hebrew brothers. What's going on? Anyway, cocoa is up 1.2%. Coffee, hey, dude, don't talk to me unless I have my coffee, dude. Shut up! Coffee is up 1.39%, and I would also like to take this opportunity to say, boycott Starbucks! Boycott Starbucks! Because they're mining crypto off your goddamn computer while you're using their Wi-Fi, allegedly. Boycott Starbucks! Let's get to sugar! Sugar is up 0.58%. Orange juice is down 1%. Cotton is up 1.67%. And this is another weather play, by the way. Cotton, whenever it gets cold, you know people are going to want long sleeves, long johns, jackets, and extra shirts, long sleeve, all that crap. So that means there's going to be a demand in cotton, so that's when you're going to see a little bit of an increase once we start seeing the cold weather, and that's what we're seeing today in America. So cotton is up 1.67%, lumber is down 0.57%, and rubber is up 0.83%. Ethanol is unchanged. Let's go ahead and get to livestock, shall we? Livestock. Live cattle is down 0.65%. You couldn't tell by the prices that they had for the holidays at the goddamn grocery store there, boy. God, stupid pieces of crap. We got cattle feeder down 0.86% and ham bones. Lean hog. Let's bring back the ham bone movement. Remember when we did that back in 2011? And for all those folks that don't remember, I tried to help America get fit again by telling my listeners whenever you see some fat ass waddle, I'm talking a gigantuan, where the cellulite is dripping off the ears and they've got back tits and, you know what I'm saying, right? They smell like old cheese because of all the rolls. You get it, right? Don't be mean to these people. Don't confront them. All you got to do is while you pass by them, just say, ham-bo. That's all. It's as simple as that. Fat, greasy ass, smelly ham-bo. That's all. I think we made a little bit of an impact in America when we were doing that. So let's bring that back. All right, ham bones? All right, you fat, greasy ham bones? Ham-bone, fat, greasy ass, smelly, stinking ham-bone. Just saying. Anyway, lean hogs are up 0.41%, and that, my friends, is the markets for your ass. All right? Good God. Markets are taking longer and longer because, hey, baby, money doesn't sleep. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to create capitalists. I'm trying to create capitalists out here. So let me take a drink of this water, folks. And for all you folks that don't know, I stopped drinking. I am no longer drinking any alcohol, folks. And I know these idiots on the internet are trying to tempt me, throwing beers in my face and all that crap. I'm not drinking, all right? And I got to take a damn break, all right, for health purposes, to say the least, for Christ's sake, man. Nothing like some high-quality H2O, to say the least. Anyway, folks, I guess we can go on to Gab shout-outs, I guess, for Christ's sake. Look, folks, every time I do this, these people just want to make my life a living hell, for Christ's sake, and I don't get it, man. I do get it. I know these people are a bunch of ass-betard morons, and, their brains are all been turned to mush because they've been popping psychotropic drugs, and, their whole brain chemistry has been redesigned, and they're a bunch of tards, for a lack of a better term. They're tards. They're goddamn tards. I'm sorry. And you know what? That's an insult to actual retarded people, because actually retarded people, they get when they're being talked condescending to. These Aspies and autists, they don't get it. They don't get when they're being talked to like, wow, Billy, are you okay? Look at you. Wow. I'm telling you, even retarded people know that you're being condescending to them, and they'll be like, don't talk to me that way. I'm not joking. I'm just saying. Anyway, Anyway, before I get to Gab shout-outs, folks, I want to remind everybody that we have some True Capitalist Radio swag, baby, and we're going to pull that down after the holidays. So if you haven't gotten it now, you better get it because we're pulling this damn thing down after the holidays. Look at my Gab. Check out my Gab. Click that link. All right, that's the Radio Graffiti Gab swag right there. Anyway, look, aside from that, Engineer, do we have any goddamn Gab shout-outs to be had out here? All right. Well, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to some Gab shout-outs right now.
Do you suffer from chronic CFED or can't focus energy drain? Try over-the-counter Vibrant. One tablet contains the same caffeine as a cup of coffee, but without the calories or coffee breath. Vibrant. Caffeine, not coffee. Taking Vibrant may result in a lack of drowsiness, improved productivity, and better cash flow from decreased coffee spending. Unexpected job promotions have been associated with Vibrant. Vibrant may decrease the urge to zone out, doze off, or exhibit signs of slacking. All jokes aside, always read the label, take only as directed, and limit caffeine as it may cause real side effects. Not for children under age 12.
This holiday, switch to Cricket Wireless and get a free LG Fortune with no annual contract.
Switch to Cricket, a free smartphone is free. Free smartphone, really free.
Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
Requires number ported and service activation minimum $30 per month. First month service charge and in-store activation fee up to $25 due at sale. Tax and restrictions apply. One-time fees may apply. See store for details.
All right. Oh, here's the first one. Roy No More. Roy No More. You crap. Yeah, I bet you work for the goddamn Democrats, don't you, you piece of crap? I bet you're being paid by the damn Democrats that say that garbage, you piece of garbage. Huh? I bet you're paid by the Democrats to say that, you pansexual Peter Puffer. Jesus Christ, give me the mic. This is what I got to put up with, man. See, first shout out right off the goddamn... Oh, my God, man. Look, the Texas dentures. Yeah, shut up, you moron. Just shut up. Hover-round ham-bone ghost. I don't have a hover-round, asshole. All right? Ghost grandma got ran over by his wheelchair. Oh, Jesus. Shut up! Look, I don't know where you idiots get that I'm in a damn wheelchair or something, man. I'm not in a damn wheelchair. Shut up! Man, I just gave you guys millions of dollars of information in the goddamn first hour, and this is how you freaking tards repay me, man. Give me the goddamn... Look, if this is how it's going to be, man, I'm not even going to... I may just eliminate this portion of the show from you people. Because it's obvious this is why we can't have nice things, can't we, huh? Ghost is rice gum. I'm not rice gum. I mean, isn't rice gum like Oriental or something? I'm not Oriental. Do I sound Oriental? I was a day 'cause I'm no fun, mong. I don't think so. Who else we have? Still in San Hambonio, LOL. Hey, look, you can laugh all you want to. I've got somebody renting my place in Austin paying me lots of goddamn cash. And secondly, San Hambonio, all you got to do is have about $250,000 in your bank account, and you're living like a millionaire in San Hambonio. I'm not even kidding. If you got like $250,000 in your bank account, you're living like a damn baller out here. I'm not even kidding. You're living like a millionaire. I'm just saying. What's going on to Nate? We've got, who else we got? I'm not saying that disgusting name. We got Spark Synapse in the house. What's going on? We got Supa in the place. We got unelect Doug Jones 2020. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding, man. Who else do we have? We got Chris Hyde in the house. What's going on? Scrotum capitalist, asshole? Really? Scrotum capitalist. Stupid idiot. Who else do we have here? We got Manhood Magic in the house. We got Hambone Capitalist in the place. Harley Quinn. Jesus Christ, man. Who else do we have here? I'm not saying these disgusting names, man. You guys are sick. We got King Marn. I don't know who the hell that is. We got Dr. Bristle. We've got. I'm not going to say that name. Stop it with these sick names. Good God, man, you guys are sick. Oh my God, I'm not more dentures for Ghost. Hey, asshole, I've got my teeth left. Yeah, I got my teeth. I got my damn teeth. Shut up. Gigapower in that. Gigapower, really, idiot? Jesus Christ. Look, I'm not gonna keep going on with this, man. I'm not gonna keep going. I'm serious. I may have to eliminate the whole Gab shout-out situation, man, because I don't appreciate it. I really don't appreciate what's going on here. I'm giving millions and millions of dollars of information in the first hour, and you people could give a rat's ass. Jesus Christ. Dentures lost in rice paddies, for Christ's sake. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up, man. Wet paint sniff coin. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Albin and the Trans Monks. God damn it! Shut up with that crap! Look, man, shut up with that crap. I know what you mean by that. I know what you mean by that, you piece of crap. I don't need to put up with this, man. Give me the freaking money. I don't need to put up with this crap. Ghost sold Christmas to the Jews. What the hell? Man, get this mic out of my face. What the hell does that mean? What the hell does that mean, for Christ's sake? God, man. Look, I'm only gonna take a couple of more of these, and that's it, man. Give me the mic. I'm only gonna take a couple of more of these because I see where you idiots are going with this, and I really don't freaking appreciate it one bit, man. I don't freaking appreciate it, man. I don't appreciate it one goddamn bit. I don't appreciate this. The Jew who couldn't chew. What the hell does that mean? The Jew who couldn't chew. I'm feeling black today. Yeah, that's a name? Yeah, no, yeah, you can be transracial now, right? Now you can be transracial. I can be black today if I want to. I feel black. Like, yeah, baby, I feel black, baby. Yeah. Yeah, I feel black, baby. Just shut up. I don't feel black. Shut up, all right? Boogie got cucked. Oh, did y'all hear? The YouTube fat ass who got his goddamn stomach stapled because he can't stop shoveling food down his gullet. Boogie got divorced. Oh, what did I say? Didn't I tell you folks about that? He got effing divorced. Oh, I mean, in my opinion, I think Boogie's chick is like, what? Wait a minute. Now that you're skinny, I actually have to have coitus with you? I'm going to go kick it with my gay friend. My gay black friend. All right, never mind. Boogie's probably crying his eyes out. He's probably like, she never liked me and no one's going to play with my wee-wee. Probably not, man. Probably not, all right? So hopefully you spent your money well. All right there, Boogie? All right, hopefully you spent your money well. What's going on to BN King? He's in the house. We've got Albin Franken. Look, I'm not going to acknowledge. Just shut up, man. All right, just shut up. Auschwitz took ghost teeth. that during Hanukkah? That's horrible, man. That's horrible. How could you say that during Hanukkah? Give me the mic. I mean, you hear this, folks? This is what people's names are on GAD that they want me to shout out. I'm taking a couple of more, and that's it, man. I'm Jesus Christ, man. I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of this garbage. Anyway, who else do we have here? We got Kane first, Moore second, Trump last. Look, you shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Don't you shut up! That's it! That's it! No more damn shout-outs. You can all take your goddamn shout-outs and shove them up your ass. Don't you dare, don't you goddamn dare go there. Give me the damn mic. Your goddamn shout-out privileges just got cut right from under your stupid autist aspie asses. Do you understand me, boy? Do you understand me? Son of a bitch. Look, I can't wait till tomorrow, right? Isn't net neutrality gone tomorrow, huh? I mean, aren't these tards and these Asperger kids and all these idiots that don't belong on the internet, I mean, aren't they going to have to finally go out and get a job and pay for their internets instead of being a goddamn stupid milky-licking piece of trash that's behind their mama's skirt saying, Mommy, I want another video game, even though I'm a 35-year-old tard. I want another video game. Nah! I can't wait. All right, we're making the internet great again. That's what we're doing. All right, we're making the internet great again, and we're going to try to make sure that all the free internet that was given out during Obama's tenure is taken the hell down. Get it out of here. Get it the hell out. Anyway, you know what? Go screw yourselves. All you trolls are laughing at me, huh? Laughing, thinking that it's so funny that, you're trolling me, all that. Yeah, well, go shove it up your goddamn ass. You're going to have to go back to work if you want to play on the internet and be a little bit of a catfish and be a little bit of a troll and all that crap, huh? Piece of garbage. Piece of goddamn garbage, man. Wait a minute. What the hell is this? Who did this? Who did it? Look at my gab, for Christ's sake. There's a picture of me in a rice paddy with my teeth floating down a rice paddy. You son of a... God damn it. Who has time to do that? Who has time to do that crap? Look at my gab. Check out my gab, for Christ's sake. What the hell is that? What? Man, I don't even know what the hell to say about it anymore, man. I've got my teeth, first of all, and secondly, don't talk about Vietnam. Don't talk about Vietnam, and I've told you all about that crap. Give me the mic. I told you all, man. I don't want to talk about Vietnam, and I don't know, who has time to do this? Who has time to do that kind of garbage? I'm not looking at Gab. Take this Gab off my goddamn screen, engineer. Take it off! Jesus Christ, man. Look, I'm moving on with the show, okay? I've spent way too much time on you stupid troll bastards. All right? I mean, I'm the straight political dope on the internet. Do you understand that? I mean, people listen to me, serious people listen to me, all right, because I give the straight political dope, because I say the truth! The truth! I've got production notes! Yeah, I've got production notes that I handwrite myself! and I'm moving on. Okay, I'm moving on with this crap. I don't need to hear from you people. You people are garbage now. I mean, I thought that I had people that are on the internets out there, specifically on Gab, that are actually listening to my broadcast, that are listening to the millions of dollars of information that I am giving for free on the internet. But no, everybody's a goddamn Asperger, autist, Szechuan sauce-sucking piece of goddamn garbage, man. God damn it. God damn it, man. I'm not listening to Gab anymore. I'm not watching Gab. You all go shove it up your goddamn poopers, man. I'm not watching Gab anymore. I'm not watching Gab. Anyway, we're going to move on. Let's talk about Donald Trump, all right? All right, that always puts me in a better mood because, by God, that's my president, and every time I see that man, every time I know that that man is president, I feel optimistic for America. I can tell you that right now. Even amidst the swamp trying to take down this president, even amidst the media trying to take down this president, I am so glad that Donald Trump is my president. Do you understand that? Anyway, folks, he is trying to make a final push for these tax cuts to finally to be passed and to be certain and to be law by Christmas time. And whether or not that's going to happen, I have no idea. But it needs to happen, and it needs to happen quick. And not to mention, we mentioned this in the financial hour, we need to make sure that these tax cuts are implemented in the fiscal year 2018 so that we can instantaneously, as an economic country, take advantage of these damn tax cuts. And I think that once we see this, I mean, we're already at 3% GDP, going on 4% GDP. Once these tax cuts are implemented, folks, I think that the sky's the limit for our economy. I mean, we're going to see an economy that those of us that lived through the 80s are going to be in awe of. If you thought the 80s was the bastion of capitalism in America, you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. And that's why you've got the president adamant about making sure that these damn tax cuts are passed by Christmas. And thank God, Mr. President, you are in charge, and you are trying to get these disgusting, swamp, criminalistic bureaucrats in Washington on the ball, because let me tell you something right now. We're getting sick and tired. When I say we, I'm talking about the average, everyday American person is getting tired of these power-hungry bureaucrats, these career politicians, these so-called experienced politicians selling us out and allowing foreign interests to raid our tax system. Thank God Donald Trump is president and is preventing those goddamn scoundrels in Washington, D.C. from doing so. Now, aside from that, folks, we talk about the swamp trying to take down our president. And the more and more days go by, we are starting to see that the swamp is all connected with one another. And not to mention, it's starting to seem as if that the FBI and the Mueller Special Counsel are actual political weapons of the Democratic Party. And that's exactly what we're trying to either dismiss or we're trying to reinforce as fact. But the House Judiciary Committee, which has been holding hearings, the last hearing they had before today was with the FBI director, Ray, and he was very evasive when trying to be questioned about the specifics of this Mueller investigation and how people that were a part of this special counsel were directly related in making sure that this Russia-Trump investigation was initiated, even if it was based upon lies. And the reason I say this is because, folks, what it's coming down to and what it's looking like is that this idiot Peter Strzok, whatever the hell his name is, this Peter Strzok, this super FBI agent guy who's supposed to be the head of counterintelligence at the FBI, it's starting to seem as if this man took the Russian dossier to the FISA courts. And we all read the Russian dossier was complete and utter garbage, but lest we forget that that Russian dossier was created by Russia. funded by the Democratic Party and specifically Hillary Clinton, but we are now knowing that Hillary Clinton and the Democratic Party are one and the same. And as a result, Clinton said, she admitted it, that she funded the Russian dossier. And what we're finding out and what the FBI is refusing to answer is whether or not Peter Strzok was the man that got the damn Russian dossier and used it as legitimate evidence to justify a FISA wiretapping of Donald Trump and his associates. And if that's the case, folks, this proves that the FBI is no longer an element of the United States government and the people, and they have gone rogue. And this also clarifies and justifies that the Department of Justice itself has gone rogue. Let's talk about the Department of Justice before we get into the testimony today of the Deputy Attorney General. All right, Rod Rosenstein, or whatever the hell his stupid-ass name is, all right? This four-eyed dork that refuses to answer simple questions. Refuses to answer simple questions. What we found out today, folks, is that this person, what the hell is this guy's name? A guy that works for the Department of Justice, a senior at the Department of Justice. His wife, this guy's name is Bruce Orr. He's a senior at the Department of Justice. His wife, Nellie Orr, actually worked for Fusion GPS, the same organization that compiled and sold the Russian dossier to the Democrats, Hillary Clinton, and then how that damn dossier was facilitated, we still don't know. But what we do know is there is a connection with the Department of Justice, all right, a senior Justice Department official by the name of Bruce Orr. This man had a wife who worked for Fusion GPS, the people who created the Russian dossier. So what we have here is we've got the Department of Justice utilizing its outside resources, or in this case, a spouse who works for Fusion GPS. Fusion GPS is funded, and believe it or not, what did this cost? It cost $12.5 million for this dossier. $12.5 million for this fictitious Trump dossier. Now, they claim that that money came from Hillary Clinton. But lest we forget the man who was at the head of Fusion GPS, this guy by the name of Steele, this man has been documented as an informant for the FBI. So the guy who actually puts forth the Russian dossier for sale, supposedly exclusively to Hillary Clinton and the Democrats, is an informant for the FBI. And there's questions on whether or not Steele himself received payments from the FBI in an informant capacity to help comprise, deliver this goddamn Russian dossier to the Department of Justice. I mean, this is how this whole goddamn thing stinks to high hell. And what's really unfortunate about this, folks, is we can talk about all these dirty people. You know, Weinstein emailing Sally Yates telling her bravo because she defied Trump's travel ban. We could talk about Peter Strzok and the messages that came out. Did y'all read his little text messages between him and his lover within the FBI, Lisa Page? Lisa Page was this woman's name. Apparently she's an FBI attorney. She's an FBI attorney. And in this particular batch of texts, it proves that they know that what they are doing is wrong, because in one of the texts, Lisa Page tries to reassure Peter Strzok, that their communications is untraceable, right? And the reason is, folks, is because in those texts, they indirectly try to say, and you have to correlate it with the dates, but around the time when they knew that Trump was going to be elected, Peter Strzok alluded to the fact that he needed to do something to protect the American people. and he was going to use his capacity, and I'm paraphrasing, use his capacity to, quote, save the country. So what the hell did that entail? That entailed what I had just described to you, the scenario that what's looking like this goddamn Peter Strzok and his role in all this nonsense. Because Peter Strzok goes back, or Peter Strzok, or whatever the hell his fruity-ass name is, Mr. FBI counterintelligence super agent over here, not only did he facilitate all this Russia-Trump dossier stuff, this guy goes back to the investigation of the Hillary Clinton email scandal. He was a part of the freaking investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails. Lest we forget, this was the guy that changed the wording of James Comey's statement from criminally negligent to careless and unsophisticated. And it was that language in which Comey testified in front of the damn House, I don't know if it was the House Intelligence Committee or the House Judiciary Committee, one of these committees. Y'all remember that damn testimony in which James Comey played bureaucrat, and he was splitting hairs and splitting legalese language, claiming that he couldn't prosecute Hillary Clinton because there was no case in which being careless and unsophisticated was a prosecutable crime. Negligence is prosecutable because it's stated by word in the law, but the words careless and unsophisticated are not. So if it's not written in the law that you can be prosecuted for, quote, carelessness, then you can't be prosecuted. And it was Peter Strzok that changed the wording of James Comey's freaking statement that enabled Hillary Clinton to walk. Now this guy is telling his broad that he's banging in the FBI that he's going to save the country and use his capacity to do so. And then this guy is on the goddamn Robert Mueller special counsel. This is the guy who obviously helped facilitate the goddamn Russian dossier, the Trump dossier. He took it to the FISA courts, and this dossier was justification by the FBI to wiretap American citizens, wiretap Donald Trump, wiretap his associates. This stupid Russian dossier. And you want to know why today in the testimony of the Deputy Attorney General, Rod Rosenstein, you want to know why you have the Democrats like that fat-ass Nadler, and all these other people on the left trying to say that, now we've got the Republicans and Trump trying to deviate the conversation, and we know that they're in trouble and all this crap. You want to know why they're trying to do this and continue on with this nonstop Russia-Trump nonsense? Because they're guilty of committing the most high crimes and misdemeanors that we have ever seen in the United States government. The Democrats and Hillary Clinton are complicit in co-opting the high brass of the FBI as a political weapon against its opponents. It's obvious, and this literally hits at the fabric of our goddamn country, folks. Because what's unfortunate is that who's going to arrest Peter Strzok? Who's going to arrest James Comey? Who's going to arrest Weinstein? Who's going to arrest Bob Mueller? Who's going to arrest these people? These people are top brass FBI. Who's going to arrest the top officials at the Department of Justice? Who's going to arrest these people? Folks, we are at a very precarious time in American history, and I think people need to wake up. I mean, what we are finding is that we have the Democratic Party in conjunction with the Department of Justice, in conjunction with the FBI, trying to utilize these agencies as a political weapon against their opponents. In this case, Donald Trump. This literally jeopardizes the integrity of our institutions. Because, folks, the Department of Justice is supposed to be the top cop. I mean, that's why Jeff Sessions is the Attorney General. He's the top cop. He's supposed to be the person that prosecutes anybody on a federal level. I'm telling you, folks, nothing is going to happen to these people unless we start demanding it. I mean, this is literally jeopardizing the integrity of our institutions of government, man. The Department of Justice is supposed to implement justice on a federal level. And when somebody is supposed to be taken in or supposed to be arrested on a federal level, who do they send to arrest those people? They send in the FBI. They send in the FBI. But when you've got the top brass of the FBI complicit in this grand conspiracy of being co-opted by the Clintons to use the institutions of the FBI and the Department of Justice to take down political opponents, this is unprecedented, and this could jeopardize the very integrity of our country. And I think that each and every one of you people that are listening to my voice better understand this, and it doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum you're on. This is dangerous, man. I mean, these people are too big to jail. And I don't believe that anyone is too big to jail. If you heard the testimony from the FBI director last week, and you hear the testimony today by the Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, they are being evasive as hell. And all they can say is once the Inspector General does his investigation and they find that there was nefarious activity conducted by their agents, that they will, quote, take the correct disciplinary action. Folks, the Inspector General has no prosecution power whatsoever. All the Inspector General can do is investigate, find wrongdoing, and suggest firing the person. That's it. These people need to be thrown in jail, folks. You understand this, right? Robert Mueller needs to be thrown in jail. Loretta Lynch, Peter Strzok, Peter Stork, whatever the hell his stupid name is, Weinstein, all these people, all these goddamn people need to be thrown in jail, and we need to demand it, man. I mean, this asshole Bruce Orr, his stupid, dumb, kooky wife, Nellie Orr, I mean, give me a break. These people need to be thrown in jail, man, but they're too big to jail. Who's going to jail them? Who's going to jail them? Folks, I think that Donald Trump is left to no other alternative other than to either send in the military, and I hate to say this, and look, I don't want this to happen, but man, we're American people. This FBI can break down our door at any time and take us to jail for any effing reason. And these people have this authority because we're supposed to trust them. They're supposed to be above partisan politics. As a matter of fact, politics isn't even supposed to be a part of the equation when it comes to the prosecution and the enforcement of law. I mean, folks, I believe that we're going to have to send in the military or Blackwater into Washington, D.C., and I hate to say this, and you see, that's why you have all the people in the international community trying to compare Trump to Hitler. Haven't you noticed that? You even had Obama saying, oh, democracy better watch out. Remember how Hitler rose to power and all this nonsense. And you want to know why they're saying that? Because they know. They are incepting the idea that all Trump has at this point is to send in the military to arrest these elements, these rogue elements within the Department of Justice, to send in and arrest these rogue elements within the FBI, to send in and obtain these rogue elements within the political class of America. And what's unfortunate is if Trump actually does this, that he will look like Hitler, right? He would look like some kind of a dictator. But in my opinion, I don't think that Trump has a choice. And I think that Trump needs to make a move here, and he needs to make a move soon. These people are all corrupt. These people are not above the law. These people are bureaucrats. And how these people think that they can get away with this because we're too stupid and too busy playing video games and watching TV to care. We have to put it at the top of mind on everybody. This is the ultimate corruption. The Democrats utilizing the Department of Justice and the FBI as a political weapon. That's why these Democrats are all about Russia, Trump, Russia, Trump, Russia, Trump, because they're complicit in this treason. It's treason. Do you hear me? It's treason. But most of you people are too busy doing your own thing to care. This jeopardizes our country, you numbnuts. No one can arrest these people. Do you understand? That's why these people think they can get away with everything. They can't be arrested. The Department of Justice can't be arrested. The FBI top brass can't be arrested. They can do whatever they want. This is dangerous. Do you understand? This is dangerous. Wake up. This is dangerous. Our president, Donald Trump, was a duly elected president. We wanted this man and his policies to be implemented in America. And aside from this deep state, because whenever we talk about the deep state, this is who I'm talking about. This is who Julian Assange is talking about. This is who everybody's talking about right here. These people that are too big to jail, the Robert Muellers, the Peter Strokes or Strocks, whatever the hell his name is, these Loretta Lynches, the Eric Holders. You know, these people, they think they're too big to freaking jail. Wake up. If Trump doesn't make a move, these guys are going to make a move on him, and that's what I'm afraid of. I mean, how much more corruption do you have to get? I mean, is everybody okay with this corruption? Because if everybody's okay with this corruption, then we're not in a free society anymore. We're not in a rational, reasonable society any longer. We are now in a banana republic. If everyone is okay and accepting of this goddamn corruption, then we're no different than an African third world nation. I can't believe this, folks. And, you know, I can't believe that there's nobody up in arms about it as I am. I mean, there are some people, don't get me wrong, that understand what's going on. But by God, I mean, we have to do something about this. We cannot sit here and sit on our thumbs and think that these damn people are going to continue to pussy pamper the United States of America. And let me tell you something. I mean, I see no other alternative. The FBI is not going to send in agents to arrest Peter Strzok or Strzok, whatever the hell his name is. They're not going to send in FBI agents to arrest former attorney generals. They're not going to send in FBI agents to arrest former directors of the FBI. Do you understand? These people are too big to jail. There's no one that can arrest these people. That's what makes this so scary, man. Wake up. Anyway, we're now in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started on anything else, please follow me on Gab. All right? And you can get on Gab by typing in your browser gab.ai. And you can follow me on there under the name Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost, and I am verified on there, folks. And by the way, if you have not done so, please spread this whole show around like wildfire. Do you understand? Spread the link out there to all those goddamn pothole, Silicon Valley oligarch social media sites. I'm talking about the Twitters, the Facebooks, all that. Spread it around like wildfire because people need to know the truth. And nobody's saying it, for Christ's sake. Good God. Anyway, let's move on. We're running out of time here. Since we were talking about how people are above the law in the FBI and the DOJ, let's talk about the political class that's in Washington, D.C., the people that are residing in the House and the Senate. Folks, let's talk about Roy Moore. Now, Roy Moore literally lost by less than 1%, by 0.8%, 0.7%, something to that effect. So it's not like it was a major victory for Democrats, okay, first and foremost. And secondly, lest we forget that It was the Republican Party in conjunction with the Democrats that smeared the entire name of Roy Moore. And what this underscores, folks, is that if you are not a bureaucrat, if you are not a politician, a good old boy, and what I mean by this is this: if you're not somebody who was a part of the precinct of the party, and you know your local politicians, and your local politicians can vouch for you, you understand? I mean, this is a mafia. I'm not joking. This whole political class that's in Washington, D.C., what this Roy Moore defeat proves is that if you're not, quote, one of them, that they're not going to let you into the institutions of government. And you know what I hate? Is that you've got the media, which is literally a weaponized wing for the goddamn state. I mean, this is a state-run media, folks. I'm talking about the Washington, D.C. swamp state-run media. I mean, they made Roy Moore look like a child molester. They even used the word child molester, pedophile, all this crap. And, you know, what I find unbelievably disgusting is that they can say those words on allegations. They can say those words based upon somebody just suggesting something. And we all talked about this yesterday, or the last Monday when we were talking last, that Roy Moore, let's be honest, he's from Alabama, and a lot of these allegations are coming back from 40 years ago. Now, let's talk about 40 years ago in Alabama, folks. I mean, could you imagine what the hell 40 years ago in Alabama is all about? I mean, lest we forget that the age of consent in Alabama is 16 years old. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there saying, oh, my God, Ghost, why would you say such a thing? Why would you say such a thing? Because that's what they do in Alabama. That's the law. And you know what I find funny? Is that all these Democrats out here are trying to take the high ground and trying to claim that they're not a goddamn pedophile, and they're brandishing this name of pedophile on people like Roy Moore based on speculation. Meanwhile, the left and the countries that they love the most, like Germany, do you know what the age of consent in Germany is, folks? 14 years old is the age of consent in Germany. Now, where are the leftists who are now all of a sudden trying to make themselves the moral party? Where are they when their leftist Euro-cuck counterpart is out here embracing an age of consent at 14 years old when they barely have had their first or second period, for Christ's sake? Where's the outrage there? You know, the age of consent in Greece, 15 years old. The age of consent in Hungary, 14 years old. The age of consent in Italy, the age of consent in Italy, 14 years old. I'm just saying, folks. I mean, where's the outrage in that? Where's the outrage in that? In Montenegro, 14 years old. I mean, I can go on and on, folks. I mean, this is Europe. In Portugal, 14 years old. I mean, where are all the goddamn outrage from the new moral society, the new moral party, the Democrats? Where is it? Serbia, 14 years old. Slovenia, 15 years old. I mean, come on, man. I mean, these are all Euro-cuck nation states. I mean, where are the leftists on this? Where are the leftists on this? And by the way, folks, let's just say for the sake of argument, okay, for all you people that are like, oh, Ghost, are you protecting Roy Moore? He's this and child molester and Let me explain to you something. Had Roy Moore really been a child molester, he would have been embraced with open arms in Congress. Do you understand me? I mean, lest we forget, do you want me to list the amount of people in the political arena that have been busted for goddamn actually molesting children? You want to see? Here, let me go ahead and put this up here, okay? Let me go ahead and put this link. This is a list of all politicians on both sides of the political spectrum, okay? On both sides of the political spectrum, this is a list of all the sex offenders on the Republicans and the Democrats. Take a look at it, okay? Take a look at that list right there. Take a look at that list, and that list was from 2015 or 16, something to that effect. And you take a look at how long, take a look at my gap right now. Who has more sex offenders is the damn title of the goddamn article. And take a look at all those lists of sex offenders. Look at that. Look it up. Look, there's hundreds that are politicians. That were politicians. Look. Look, there's hundreds. So you mean to tell me that all of a sudden Congress is somehow the epicenter of moral authority? I mean, look at all the hundreds of goddamn names that are politicians that were sex offenders on that list, folks. Take a look at my gab, for Christ's sake. Look at that crap. And you mean to tell me that had Roy Moore really been a pedophile, that he would not have been embraced with open arms in Washington, D.C.? Folks, that's a prerequisite, if you want my personal opinion, to get into some of these positions of power in D.C. And you want to know why molesting children and sexual abuse is a prerequisite? So they have something over on you. So when you get out of line, they can send their Washington, D.C. or their other bureaucratic pit bulls after you to arrest you and expose you for what you are. Look at this goddamn list. Look at this goddamn list. There's hundreds of politicians. Hundreds. And you mean to tell me that they wanted to keep out Roy Moore, the Republicans wanted to keep out Roy Moore and have an ethics investigation over Roy Moore because of some allegations? Are you kidding me? Take a look at that goddamn list, folks. Had Roy Moore really been a child molester, they would have opened the arms up and said, come aboard, boy. Come on aboard the goddamn pedophile Congress and the pedophile Washington, D.C. swamp. I mean, hell, folks, I just gabbed today about a former Speaker of the goddamn House, Dennis Hastert. Dennis Hastert, former Speaker of the House, convicted for molesting children back when he was a goddamn coach for wrestling, when he was a high school coach, okay? And now this man, because he was the Speaker of the House, he didn't get any jail time. You know that? Hastert got no jail time. He got probation and all this other nonsense. And now he had to go back to federal court because he has to be reminded that he can't be around minors 18 years of age or less because he's a sick, disgusting pedophile. And that's why I'm telling you, folks, you have to realize that this Roy Moore situation, what it was the institution, the political class, the fraternity of the Senate, not wanting someone that wasn't one of them. They didn't want someone that wasn't one of them. And that's what Roy Moore was. He was someone that was not going to go with the status quo, that was going to expose any kind of criminalistic behavior that was happening within the Senate, that wasn't going to oblige the institution and establishment way. And they don't want that, folks. That's why they would rather have Doug Jones win the goddamn Senate seat for the next 2 years, put his feet to the fire, because let's be honest, Doug Jones, he can't be as liberal as he wants to be on that seat. He's a lame duck. Remember, he's only elected for the remainder 2 years that was left on Jeff Sessions' tenure. And then after that 2 years, he's going to have to run for re-election. And to do that and accomplish re-election, he's going to have to be somewhat lenient on some of those liberal perspectives that he has. And the establishment realizes that he knows how to play ball. He's a former U.S. attorney, etc. And what this shows, folks, is that unless you're one of them, unless you have some kind of backing or one of these bureaucrats can vouch for you, you're not going to be a congressman. You're not going to be a senator unless you have the resources like Donald Trump in which you can fund your own campaign and be able to supersede the influence that the damn Republican or Democrat Party will have over you. Because lest we forget, Roy Moore didn't have that. I mean, Roy Moore lost because he wasn't one of them. I mean, lest we forget, they cut off his funding. The Republican Party cut off his funding as a candidate. And moreover, the Republican Party, many different people in the Republican Party told people in Alabama to write in their votes. And folks, there were 25,000 write-in votes in Alabama. I mean, I think, what did Moore lose by? Like 0.7%? I mean, had Moore had those votes that were write-in, which was promoted by the Republican Party, he would have beaten Doug Jones by double the margin that he needed to at least tie.
This holiday, switch to Cricket Wireless and get a free LG Fortune with no annual contract.
Switch to Cricket. Switch to Cricket. A free smartphone is free. Free smartphone, really free.
Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
Requires number ported and service activation minimum $30 per month. First month service charge and in-store activation fee up to $25 due at sale. Tax and restrictions apply. One-time fees may apply. See store for details.
So that's why I'm saying, folks, in my personal opinion, this is evidence that unless you're one of them, you're not getting in to the Senate or the House. And that's why those of us in the political arena, we have to encourage, we have to manipulate the American electorate, which is basically hyper-sensationalized with identity politics, racism, ignorance, etc. And we need to manipulate these minds into believing that it's the establishment that has put us in this position, because it's not a lie, it's the truth. And what we need to do is we need to advocate in 2018, we must unelect all incumbents. We need to unseat all incumbents. We need to get the hell out. All these people that are in Washington, D.C., that have made a career out of political politics and public service, we need to unelect these people out of here, man. It doesn't matter what party you're on. It doesn't matter if you're a part of the Democrats. It doesn't matter if you're a part of the Republicans. We need to unelect the incumbents. And if we don't, we're going to continue to see the type of garbage that we have continued to habitually see for the past 40 years. All right? Political experience got us here, folks. Anybody who tries to run on political experience, that's what got us here. And take a look at the leadership on both sides, the Republican and the Democratic side. These are old windbags. These people are in their 70s, 80s, and they need to be removed from power. These people are disconnected. These people are so, they're so disconnected from the American people, they don't even understand it. And that's why the electorate needs to realize that it's not about, this politician, that politician. It's about going against the career politician. It's about going against the experienced politician. We need a ballot box revolution in the goddamn 2018 election cycle that will shock the establishment. That will shock the establishment. And it doesn't matter if you're on the Democrat or Republican side, we need to unelect experienced politicians. We need to unelect incumbents. These people brought us here in $20 trillion in debt. These people spent $7 trillion in the Middle East, and what do we have to show for it? Do you understand me? I mean, in 2018, we all have to advocate. All of us, Democrat, Republican, we all have to advocate unseat the incumbent. We need new blood. We need a new America. We need something new out here. And that's what Roy Moore's defeat means, is if you're not one of them, then you ain't coming into the Senate or the House. And it's a damn shame, because we need the electorate to understand this. We need the electorate to be aware that these people in Washington, D.C. don't care about us. They want to run the government. They don't want a government ran by the people, for the people. They don't want that. So I hope this resonates with all you people listening in. Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about this Me Too movement. And I'm not going to get too extensive into it, but I do want to say that I believe that a good portion of these people that are coming out with this Me Too nonsense are just buyer's remorse, folks. I hate to say this. And the reason I say that, folks, is because all these women, they're starting to realize that, hey, everybody else is doing it, so I'm going to do it so I can have my little 15 minutes of fame because I'm an insignificant old leather bag now and no longer a sex pot like I was when I was in my early 20s. So I'm going to say, me too. And you know what this does? It undermines the goddamn real women who have been victimized, who have been brutalized, who have been raped, who have been sexually abused. This undermines them, because at this point, there are so many women coming out with this Me Too nonsense that I think people are starting to correlate this with the boy that cried wolf. With the boy that cried wolf, in my personal opinion. I mean, and look, I'm not saying that all cases that are coming out are illegitimate. But, I mean, if it's legit, all right, I mean, if it's a legitimate situation, then you should have gone to the police. You should have made a report. And even if the report nothing culminated out of it, at least there's a police report in which it states that you attempted to try to tell somebody that, hey, this person sexually abused me. This person sexually assaulted me. But no, that's not what's happening in today's America. Women are now going back 20, 30 years and having buyer's remorse about things that they did that they now think they shouldn't did. And I'm talking specifically about these whores in Hollywood. I have no goddamn sympathy for these slutbags in Hollywood that are now trying to claim that they're now feminist leaders. You know, these Rose McGowans, these Ashley Judds, you know, these women that sold their sexuality as a means of getting movies, as a means of obtaining fame and fortune. Now that they're no longer relevant, now that they're no longer sought after by males, now that they're no longer sex pots, now that they're no longer a big star, all of a sudden now they're victims. All of a sudden now they're victims, and of course the media, considering that this media is one of the fakest medias I've ever seen in my entire life. I didn't realize how fake the mainstream media was until after Donald Trump started running for president. But they'll try to push these women, these actors, like, oh, poor Rose McGowan, look at her. Oh, look, she's cut her hair short like a dyke, and she has her face stretched so much it looks like you're stretching silly putty over your knee. But, oh, look at her, she's a feminist. She's a victim. Oh, look at Ashley Judd. Look at her. She's a victim, too, even though she said at the Million Woman March that she was a nasty woman. That's right, Donald Trump. I'm a nasty woman. I'm really getting sick and tired of this, and to be honest with you, you women are really putting yourselves into a realm of insignificance. I'm sorry to say this. I mean, it's bad enough that you had this Million Woman March, which is nothing more than a bunch of fatties and uglies that got knocked up by probably the black guy at the end of last call at the bar. And because black guy ain't there to take care of the kid and ain't getting no child support, these women are going out there pissing and moaning about it, okay, and blaming all men about it, that sort of thing. You know? I mean, I'm just saying, you go from that to now all of a sudden you all are victims. That's all women know how to do, is make excuses and play the victim. And if you want my personal opinion, you could call me sexist all you want to. I don't really give a crap anymore. But these women have proven themselves insignificant. And unless there's a woman out there that speaks to the truth of why women are in the positions they are, then we're going to be in this perpetual, I'm a victim and men did this to me in the patriarchy and all this other nonsense. No. I'm tired of this stuff. Women are not only an equal to men, but they are a protected class. They're a protected class, folks. I mean, I've talked about this time and time again. Women get the kid 90+% of the time in a divorce proceeding, even if the woman is a prostitute. And the court will look at it as if, oh, well, she was a prostitute because she was trying to feed her kids. And that's a protected class. Huh? How many men do you know actually receive child support in proportion with women? That's a protected class. Huh? Like domestic violence laws. All right? That's a protected class, folks. I don't give a crap what you say. Domestic violence laws are a protected class. All right? I mean, you either assault somebody or you don't assault somebody. It's as simple as that. I mean, why is it do you have to create this special class of people and a special law for a specific group of people? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. And you know what? Ever since we've had domestic violence laws, haven't you noticed that domestic violence has gone up and up and up and up and up? And you want to know why they did this? This wasn't about saving women. It was about collecting money. It's about collecting money. I mean, you know as well as I, you've got these couples that they're in this revolving door on the domestic violence courts. You know what I mean? They've been busted 3, 4, 5, 7 different times, and all they do is just pay money or do jail time, man. It's ridiculous. And how many times do you see men, being called for domestic violence in proportion to women? And not to mention, the highest rate of domestic violence is in lesbian couples. FYI, folks. So what they do with lesbos is they take them both in, because it's like, one is a protected class, another is a protected class, so they cancel each other out. We'll take them both in. So that's why I'm saying, man, women have become a protected class, and with that class protection, with the so-called because I hate this idea that, women don't get paid enough as men. Do you know that women are over 60% of the workforce? So just based on those numbers, of course, the average or the median amount of wage is going to go down because the women have the higher numbers in the workforce. And by the way, if you take a look at single women who don't have children, their pay is just as comparable, if not more, than men. So it's always an excuse with women. It's always, it's an excuse. It's victimhood. And that's not equality, women. You hear that? That's not equality. Men can't make an excuse when they mess up. They have to deal with it. You understand? They don't make it. Men can't make excuses and still, okay, but I'm going to still live on and everything's okay. No, that's not how it works. And I'm tired of this nonsense with women, to be honest with you. I'm not saying all women are like this, but a group is defined by its majority, and I think women need to start self-reflecting and realizing that they are making themselves insignificant at this point. You've got a quarter of all millennials now that are willing to trade in an actual live human being sexual partner with a sex robot. All right, and that's just right now. All right, I mean, you women have competition with sex robots, sex dolls, transgenders, traps, twinks. I'm just saying, I'm not joking around. You women are putting yourselves in a point where men are like, we don't need you anymore. And by the way, if you decide to turn lesbian, you're going to put yourself in a more domestic violence situation than you were if you were just to sit and take whatever man puts up with your stupid ass. So that's all I'm saying, man. I'm sorry I have to say that. I wish women had more respect for themselves, and I wish women realize that relationship is a mutual compromise, and it's not all about them. You know, I mean, and you look, fellas, I mean, it's our fault, too, because we believe that just to get married to these women, that we've got to spend, what is the new rule now? A third of our check, a third of our annual salary on a ring just so we can put it on so we can be stricken for life with this selfish freaking broad? I mean, give me a break. All I'm stating is that you women are putting yourself in a position where you are no longer needed, and unless you start being self-real about yourself, I don't know what's going to happen to you, man. I really don't know. I really don't, because you can't keep making excuses and you can't keep playing the victim card and thinking that everything's going to be all right. Anyway, we're almost out of time here. Let me run through the international relations stuff. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, says the United States is open to talks with North Korea, but the White House later said that it's not the right time for talks right now, and the White House is prepared for North Korea to collapse on its own. And I believe the possibility of that happening is very, very high. Are you hearing about these ghost ships that are arriving off the shores of Japan and other coasts, which is nothing but a bunch of boats of skeletons and bodies coming from North Korea? Very, very sad, man. But once again, I don't know what's going on with North Korea. I think it's a bunch of posturing. Remember, I told you that there was not going to be any war. There's not going to be any nuclear crap with North Korea. This is all posturing. I did not tell you that. And not to mention, the more and more North Korea blasts off ballistic missiles, the more and more China looks like the paper tiger that it is. I mean, China looks weak in the region because you've got North Korea blasting ballistic missiles into the air. And not to mention, we reported, this past Monday, that India had one of its spy drones shot down over China, just showing you that India and China, their little hugging and kissing session after the BRICS summit was all for show. So China, in my opinion, is in a precarious situation. It's surrounded by nuclear powers, and it's treading very carefully while at the same time trying to still show off that it's got nuts. So we'll see what happens there. I want to talk a little bit about Turkey. The president of Turkey, Erdogan, all right, Erdogan aims to unite Muslims behind an anti-Trump declaration. Now, once again, folks, if you take a look back at the archive, July 2016, there was a Sunday show in which I conducted. This was after the Friday coup attempt in Turkey. On Sunday, I had stated that this was a fake coup, that coup was quarterbacked by Vladimir Putin to basically unify the Muslims behind Erdogan as a leader, and moreover to expose any enemies of Erdogan that happen to be lurking within his domestic geopolitical area. And at the time, people were like, no, Ghost, you're lying. I mean, Turkey shot down Russian jets over Syria. They hate each other, Ghost. 2 weeks later, after that show, you had Erdogan and Putin hugging and kissing, for Christ's sake. Okay? Now, the reason that Erdogan's all pissed and trying to unite Muslims behind an anti-Trump declaration is because Trump recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Now, once again, I want to reiterate that Trump, all he did was say something. He didn't do anything. He didn't do nothing. I mean, Trump just acknowledged what the Congress passed back in 1995. Congress passed an act to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. It's just no goddamn president had the balls to say it. No president had the balls to say it. And you notice now that you have Trump saying this, and remember, Trump said that he's going to start the process of moving the embassy, the U.S. embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. And if he was really serious about it, folks, there's a consulate right now in Jerusalem. There is a U.S. consulate in Jerusalem. If he was really serious and really wanted to piss the whole goddamn Arab community off, he could have just called that consulate and say, look, take down the consulate sign, put up an embassy sign. You are now the new embassy in Jerusalem. But that isn't going to happen, folks. You understand? I mean, that's not going to happen. What's going to happen is the whole goddamn planning process and the whole groundbreaking isn't going to happen until after 2020. And a lot of things can happen from now until 2020, folks. All right, let's be honest. Let's be honest. And what's funny about it, the Palestinian leader, how long has Abbas been the leader of Palestine, by the way? I mean, I find it funny that Abbas is now all of a sudden flexing nuts when it was us that kind of let him be the leader of the goddamn Palestinians. And how long has he been a leader? I mean, all he has been is a bunch of talk. I mean, he doesn't even have the respect of his goddamn country, for Christ's sake. I mean, Hamas barely respects this piece of trash. But you know what Abbas said today? Abbas said that U.S. no longer broker peace. You are no longer the custodian of peace on this issue. No longer the goddamn custodian of peace on this issue. You know what? Who cares? You know, the past 3 times we had the Palestinians and the goddamn Israelis at the table, the Israelis were able to give, I mean, at the very last time, which was what? When Mahmoud Barak and Yasser Arafat were at Camp David, what was that, 97? When they were there and Bill Clinton was trying to broker an agreement with these people, and Yasser Arafat had the opportunity to go back pre-1967 borders, and Yasser Arafat said no. Yasser Arafat turned down that deal, and that's what these Palestinians have been doing, man. Palestinians have been just doing this whole diplomacy game, this ring around the rosy crap, and it makes no sense. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. I mean, y'all can go back and Google that up for yourself, man. Bill Clinton tried to put these people at the negotiating table, tried to say, hey, you know, Israel's willing to go back pre-1967 borders. And you know what Yasser Arafat said? No. He said no. And you know, what are you supposed to say about that? Anyway, let's move on. Let's go. Oh, hey, you know, did you hear about this? The EU withdraws from Brexit. The EU is withdrawing from Brexit. Why? Because there was a conservative Tory revolt in Parliament, and they forced May's hand, for Christ's sake. Now they added an amendment that will make it that'll force the last version of Brexit to be approved by the UK MPs. All right? I mean, that they added this amendment. This was completely out of left field. I mean, Theresa May, of course, her being the incompetent broad that she is, she didn't anticipate that her own Tory revolt was going to happen, adding an amendment that would mean that UK lawmakers must approve the final EU deal before withdrawal begins. And because they did that, the EU has withdrawn from Brexit talks, and now I don't know what the hell's going to happen, but if there's not an agreement here within the next week or two, then I think that pretty much nullifies the Brexit deal, doesn't it? And the UK just has to stay in Brexit. I mean, that's to stay in the EU, excuse me. What did I tell you, people? What did I tell you? This was never going to happen. You know, this was never, ever going to happen. And I'd hate to be in the UK right now. I'd hate to be in the goddamn UK. Once again, EU withdrawals from Brexit because the conservative Tories revolt by adding an amendment that would mean that the UK lawmakers must approve the final EU deal before the withdrawal begins of Brexit. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What are you going to do, May? What are you going to do? And last but not least, folks, while those of us in the West are bringing in ISIS and Islamic terrorists into our country and giving them welfare and all this other crap in the West, you know, China has a different approach. They've got a province called Xinjiang which the Uyghurs reside in. And these Uyghur people are Muslim. And instead of trying to play this little pussy pampering Muslim game that the West is doing, China is collecting the DNA and iris scans of all Muslims in this region, just in case these people decide to go a la snack bar. They know exactly who it was. And now all of a sudden you've got Amnesty International and all these people crying foul because you've got China trying to protect itself from goddamn Islamic terrorism. Now, look, I don't agree with China. I don't like China. I think China is a disgusting, pathetic economic model, a social model, a political model, but at least they're trying to preserve and protect their little goddamn chopstick freaking eating country, all right? They're trying to protect it from these Muslims. They're not stupid, and as a result, they're collecting all their DNA and iris scans just in case. So eat that, liberals. There's your boys from China. What do y'all liberals got to say about that? Your boys from China are collecting Muslim DNA and their iris scans for national security purposes. So what do you got to say about that? Anyway, last but not least, folks, all right, we talked about this at the beginning of the show. UK surgeon. You want to talk about universal health care? This is what you get at universal health care, Americans. This is what you get, okay? UK surgeon admits branding his initials on the livers of his patients. Huh? Hey, you believe that? Huh? That's universal health care right there. Their doctors are branding their initials in people's livers. Like it's artwork. Like they're branding them like they're cows. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. This is health care right here. This is universal health care. Huh? This is some bureaucrat trying to make himself more significant by branding his initials inside people's organs. Isn't this great, huh? Isn't this what you want as universal health care, you pieces of trash, huh? Is this what you want? This is what you get. This is what you get with universal health care. A UK surgeon branding his initials on people's livers. The guy, his name was, what's his name? Simon Brandhall. Simon Brandhall was a liver, spleen, and pancreatic surgeon for 12 goddamn years. 12 years. And he's literally branding his name on people's livers. Huh? So once again, I hope that you all that are advocating universal health care, why don't you read that for a little bit, huh? That's what you get in universal health care, you piece of crap. That's what you get! Anyway, folks, that's it. I'm pretty much done with today's news, for Christ's sake. All right? Let's just go ahead and, I guess, I don't know, let's just get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast. And I'm talking about radio graffiti! That's right, folks. Radio graffiti, the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you got to do is give me a call right now at 516-453-9903. And when I call on your area code, you got exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. That's why we call this radio goddamn graffiti, all right? And once again, folks, before we get to radio graffiti, I want to remind everybody that we do got some true capitalist radio swag, baby, and it's going to be probably taken down, like I said, after the holidays. So make sure to represent. Make sure to represent, man, out there, the true capitalist radio. Trigger a goddamn snowflake leftist Antifa prick, all right? Take a look at my gab. Take a look at my gab. True capitalist radio swag for your ass. Anyway, with that being said, hey, engineer, do we got any goddamn radio graffiti callers by any chance? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some radio graffiti callers right now. All right, who do we got going on over here? We got 516 radio graffiti.
Oh?
Yeah, Helen Keller, deaf mute. Hurry up! 954 Radio Graffiti.
Cans to the world, Roy Moore is done. As he did of the kid. Bum, 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 bum. Roy Moore heads to molester hell. Hellboy will be there as well. But the others will not care. All will do this season to share. Except for the grins called Tom Alvin.
Shut the hell up! Shut up about Roy Moore and shut up. I know what you mean by that. Shut up. Man, we're already starting off with this crap. We're already starting off. Give me the mic. We're already starting off with this garbage. Good God, man. Let me continue on. As a matter of fact, let me get some of these anonymouses off. All right, so everybody can call in right now, 516-453-9903. Who do we got here? 717 Radio Graffiti.
Man, it really sucks Roy Moore lost because of the Jigaboo vote, huh, Ghost?
Who is this? Is this the snake nerd?
Yeah.
What the hell is up with you? What's your problem? First of all, why are you so racist? And secondly, what do you do with those snakes there, you pervert?
Well, I breed them and I make money with them, and I just hate niggers.
Yeah, Jesus, get this racist, stupid snake nerd off of here, for Christ's sake. Get him out! Yeah, you better keep them snakes by you, boy. I guarantee you, some of them black fellers hear you say that. Yeah, you better be charming one of them snakes to bite them in their Johnson or something there, boy. How about 352 Radio Graffiti?
I told you, damn piece of the dick snot, to stop doing that. And I'm warning you, and this is my last warning to you pieces of crap. I told you. I mean, what the hell are you trying to do there, huh? What the hell are you trying to do? You're trying to get some
No, satanic ghost. Stop doing that crap. I hate that crap. Good God. 847 Radio Graffiti.
There goes. It's me. Anyway, it's Aaron Bronco, and as much as I hate trolls and autists on the internet, I believe we have to keep net neutrality, because if we don't, then, my cable...
I can't even understand you, for Christ's sake, you fake southern piece of trash. All right, don't be making fun of the South, because I'm a son of the South, boy. Do you understand? All right? My lineage goes back to the Texas martyrs, boy. Stupid idiot. Who else we got? Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Weaponized moon rock. Radio Graffiti.
Jefferson County 911. Yes, I am a teacher at Columbine High School. There is a student here with a gun. He was shot out a window. I've been Columbine High School. I'm taking training. We need police here. Okay, we're getting him there. Who is the student, ma'am? I do not know who the student is. Okay. Stay on the line. Do we know where he's at? I'm sorry? Do we know where he's at?
Well, shut up. What the hell? I don't even understand what that was. I don't even care. Jesus Christ. How about, who else we have here, for heaven's sake? How about 518 Radio Graffiti? We got 8 equal. Radio fucking Graffiti. Albin and the Trans Monks.
Oh, but you're skinny. I actually have to have coitus with you? I'm going to go kick it with my gay friend.
You never liked me, and no one's going to play with my wee-wee.
My gay black friend.
Ghost Grandma got ran over by his wheelchair. Shut your stupid, stinking, smelly salmon hole. Let me get my freaking gun out here, for Christ's sake.
Donald Trump is not a racist.
Kane first.
It is not over. God is always in control.
More second. Roy no more.
And yes, together we will make America.
Trump last. You son of a... You son of a bitch! Screw you! Son of a sick-ass poison dick! You goddamn son of a bitch! How dare you! Don't you even dare go there, goddammit! Don't you even go there, you piece of crap! Don't you even go there! Don't go there! believe you people, man. What kind of a sick, twisted splice was that? Good God! I mean, this is what I gotta put up with. Y'all hear this? This is what I gotta put up with. Give it a mic. I mean, do you all hear this crap? Man, you're lucky we're not in a goddamn barroom, boy. I'd beat the living beat Jesus out of you all. Son of a bitch. 209 Radio Graffiti.
Hello?
Freaking Helen Keller deaf mute. I got get it straight. Get it straight. Jesus Christ. 609 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost. It's me, Baxter Shin. How are you?
What's up?
Just wanted to call in and tell you that I'm sorry I haven't been able to call in for a while. I've been working on my novel, and my rough draft is almost completed, but I just wanted to say, since you've been getting some weird callers, keep up the good work, dude. I'm listening in more now.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Good luck on your novel, man. I mean, I'm just trying to do a decent show out here, man. I mean, good God. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Helen Keller Deaf Mute Radio Graffiti. Man, shut up. That's not funny. Stupid idiot. That's not funny, you idiot. Shut up. There's nothing funny about that. That's a waste of time. That's a waste of goddamn time. Man, I'm getting tired of this garbage thing. You're the man. I'm getting tired of this crap, man. I'm getting tired of this crap. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Night Prowler Radio Graffiti. So I guess it's about time to make Texas Mexico again. Bomb has been planted. Fuck the Alamo. Long live Mexico and death of the Texas martyrs. Get me out of here, engineer. Yeah, take that crap. Shut up! Shut up! I would never say that, first of all. And let me tell you something else there, scumbag. Long live the Texas martyrs, boy. Long live the Texas martyrs. You son of a bitch, don't you even go there, man. I'm telling you one last time, don't you goddamn go there. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Yeah, great. Another Helen Keller deaf mute. Like, we need more of those, for Christ's sake. 321 Radio Graffiti. What's going on with these Helen Keller deaf mutes? Stop playing butt darts and say something!
This holiday, switch to Cricket Wireless and get a free LG Fortune with no annual contract.
Switch to Cricket. Switch to Cricket. A free smartphone is free. Free smartphone, really free.
Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
Requires number ported and service activation minimum $30 per month. First month service charge and in-store activation fee up to $25 due at sale. Tax and restrictions apply. One-time fees may apply. See store for details.
This holiday, switch to Cricket Wireless and get a free LG Fortune with no annual contract.
Switch to Cricket. Switch to Cricket. A free smartphone is free. Free smartphone, really free.
Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
Requires number ported and service activation minimum $30 per month. First month service charge and in-store activation fee up to $25 due at sale. Tax and restrictions apply. One-time fees may apply. See store for details.
God! 352 Radio Graffiti!
I just got somebody buying here, circle slide me, paying to be judged by ghosts, and hey, you know what? That's why it's called Ghost Inner Circle there. All right, stupid goddamn profile. Why don't you grow the hell up, you stupid dumb loser? Sorry for tooting my own horn here, but beat goddamn beat. I mean, you're in Ghost's inner circle, you stupid dumbass. Go shove it up your goddamn throat.
Shut up! Stop making me sound like a goddamn cartoon! Stop making me sound like a cartoon! God damn it, you people are pissing me off on this goddamn carpet fucking whatever fruit bowl fucking whatever the hell. Whatever the hell this stupid day is, you people are pissing me off. You people are pissing me off, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, man. Whatever goddamn stupid day it is, give me the mic. Give me the mic. I'm tired. I'm tired. Don't you understand it? Jesus Christ, man. I'm tired, man. Don't you understand that? I don't know how much longer I can do this goddamn radio graffiti crap, man. I don't know, man. I have no goddamn idea anymore, man. Anonymous radio graffiti. Roy no more. Get this idiot. Shut up about the Roy Moore crap. That was the establishment trying to tell the people that they're in control, you dumb, stupid idiot. 971 Radio Graffiti.
Donald Trump, whatever Donald Trump. You're looking kind of sexy, Donnie. You make me kind of hard, Donnie. Donald is the best. I want to suck his dick. I love his red face and I love his juicy tits. Wanna cuddle up on the couch with you, Donald Trump? Maybe watch a couple movies or some Hulu. I wanna text you every day and night, Mr. Donald Trump. Maybe send a couple nudies. Hey, what you doing? I wanna lick you down at the toe, but I promise I won't touch the hole unless you want me. I saw you fall.
I mean, what the hell kind of fruit bowl garbage is that? What kind of fruit bowl garbage is this? What? Man, come on, man. Come on. Come on. Oh, God. 352 Radio Graffiti. Seriously, Samsung. Radio Graffiti. For you, Texas, and force you to hell. There's a fork in me, I'm done. There's a goddamn fork in me, I'm done with Texas. This is a real force of Texas. For you, Texas, and force you to hell. You know what? Shut it. Get this seriously, Samsung. Yeah, real funny, asshole. Shut up. Shut your stupid, stinking, smelly hole. I can smell it from here. For Christ's sake, you're smelling up the whole broadcast like butt crack. 352 Radio Graffiti. If you can't see your penis, you got diabetes. You hear me? If you can't see your penis, you got
diabetes.
Well, I actually said that, and that's actually a true quote from me. If you can't see your penis, you got diabetes. I don't understand. That wasn't really a troll. That's actually the truth, actually. You know, I'm just saying. 978 Radio Graffiti. I am your host, the man they call... Yo, what the hell is that? Oh, shit. Oh, Christ. Oh, Christ, no. Let me get my freaking gun. Let me get my freaking gun out here, for Christ's sake. Get away. Get away.
Mario number 1. Woohoo!
What the hell was that? Freaking Mario Brothers, you stupid twat. Good God. 813 Radio Graffiti. Hey, Charlie. Get God damn it, can you shut up about my teeth? Shut up! Shut up about my teeth! Shut up about my teeth! Shut up about my hair! Shut up about everything, for Christ's sake, man! I'm tired! I mean, what? Gee, you know what? I'm tired. Give me the mic! Damn it! Damn it! You all just shut up, man. I'm getting tired of you people. Do you understand me? I'm getting tired of you people! I'm getting tired of you freaking stupid Asperger autist idiots, man. I'm getting tired of you! I'm getting tired of you! 484 Radio Graffiti.
At Pylons Radio Graffiti.
Sir, it is a private duty to inform the senior drill instructor that Private Ghost has a full magazine and is locked and loaded, sir.
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
Didn't Mommy and Daddy show you enough attention when you were a child?
It will be legal in Texas to shoot myself.
Man, that's not funny whatsoever. That's a horrible scene in Full Metal Jacket, and for you to splice me with it, I hope you burn in hell, you dumb piece of crap. That's a horrible scene. That's a horrible scene. It's horrible. Jesus Christ, man. Who else do we have here? 352 Radio Graffiti. Rainbow Dash is 20% cooler. You're damn right.
I mean, I'm a brony, and I deserve the respect accorded that title.
I've never been so excited, Bob, except for the time that went, but I mean, real.
Shut up, you stupid idiot. I'm no brony!
All you bronies can stick a goddamn horse head up your shit funnel. Don't you wish I was a goddamn brony, you stupid fruit balls? You wish. You goddamn wish, you piece of crap. Give me the mic. You stupid, dumb horse head clopping pieces of goddamn pedophile crap wish. Good God, man. 647 Radio Goddamn Graffiti. What, another Helen Keller deaf mute, for Christ's sake? How about 713 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, orale, it's the Pet Mexican. ¿Cómo andas, Ghost? Good day.
Hey, man, I'm still mad at you. Get this guy out of here. Get him out of here. He pissed me off last week, that piece of crap. 352 Radio Graffiti. Seriously, Samsung. Radio Graffiti.
Forking me up, son. Forking me up, son. Forking me up, son. This is a real forced-up show. Forking me up, son. Forking me up, son. Forking me up, son. They're just goddamn forking me up, son. Get this crap. I'm done. You're right, I'm done. You're right, I'm done. You're right, I'm done.